no, I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on it. I'm very curious about it. I don't want to knock it before people, but like original playtest, people didn't really like too much, if I remember correctly. People were sort of ragging on it a little bit for being a little too similar to some other like D6 systems out there. But I don't know, man. Critical Role communities kind of massive, even still, right? Even after the 3 campaigns, they are having consistent like viewers and people in the community are very passionate. That alone might be able to just sort of promote the game, be an ad for the system by itself. So, but it all really depends on, man, it's rough though. If you're making any kind of tabletop game that is supposed to have like a long-term storytelling going on, you gotta beat the benchmark, which is like, is it better than 5e? And nothing yet has cracked that fucking shell. So Pathfinder gave it a hell of a shot, man. Pathfinder 2.0, I'm a big fan of. I don't know if you guys are at all into Pathfinder. Pathfinder is super creative when it comes to spells. They have this awesome system of like, when you upcast a spell, sort of what happens. In D&D, we just add more dice and like target more creatures type of stuff. Pathfinder is very clever about like, spells just straight up like do extra new shit whenever you upcast them, which is pretty cool.
They sold out. They sold out within a day.
Oh, I'm certain they did. Because like tabletop community is like massive right now. But like personally looking through Roll20 and like what's the other one called? The other like find a I forgot the name. The find D&D Games Online website also beside Roll20, the second biggest one.
Play Together or something like that.
Play something. I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
Start playing.
That's I peruse every once in a while. Man, it's 90% 5th edition, and then you see some Pathfinder in there. It's once again both great systems, but 5th edition became so popular, so incredibly popular, especially due to Critical Role, right? So now I'm really curious what they do, if they're gonna run Daggerheart and be like, hey, we're putting our foot down, this is our new cool system, we're doing this.
I think they are. They don't want to take that risk of the OGL and fucking them.
I mean, yes, I would definitely, I think you're absolutely right. I think that's the correct play, but they are still a company that pay their work and stuff based on how many people subscribe and watch, and if people just don't watch or not interested in Daggerheart. That was kind of problem they had when the 3rd campaign started, because people were like, what? A bunch of characters that came from a one-shot that I didn't watch? I don't want to watch this. And a lot of people like gave up on it early on.
I think
that was exactly me.
What they might do is they like 5e, and 5e was really what built it. And I know that they do a lot of work with Kobold Press. Like,
wait, they do?
Yeah. Yeah, like, yeah. Critical Role does.
I don't think I just heard about this at all.
Kobold Press. And Kobold Press is releasing a true 5e.2, basically.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they're getting away from, because like Wizards is like, oh, we own the 5th edition system, right? And they want to do the OGL shit. But so Kobold Press is changing it in the way that like Games Workshop changed things so that they could copyright stuff.
Yeah.
So that it's like legally distinct enough, instead of elves, they're Eldar, shit like that. They're changing it up enough, and they're releasing their own like 5e system that is like Pathfinder doing. Their system is just gonna be, we made it, we got it published, to have fun. That's I think they're probably gonna go, if they want to keep it on 5e. They've already cut like every other tie with Wizards in terms of like
I think it's so shit because like Wizards was like Critical Role made that game semi-popular again, right?
Yeah.
And to just shit on your new audience like that, it's so trash. For greed, for what? They make so much money on fucking Magic. They don't need it.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
and they just announced their latest project of a new RPG game.
really, yeah.
Trying to ride the coattails of Baldur's Gate 3. Like,
Yeah, everyone sort of figured out now that, like, wait, if I put romance in turn-based video game, people like it, and now like
Profits?
people fucking yeah, exactly. So
But the
yeah,
problem was that they pissed off Larian, and Larian was like, "Yep,
Larian said no. God, imagine what a pristine wonder, what a divine blessing it would have had if there was a Baldur's Gate 4 by fucking Larian Studios.
or even just DLC."
Or
You
even
know,
yeah,
I really
DLCs
wanted
would be
one.
ay, 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 but they sort of like yeah, they
So
confirmed they're
greedy.
not.
For what purpose?
not to
There's
mention,
no purpose.
not to mention, I have no clue what the direction of D&D is going to be now that Chris Perkins and
Yeah, a lot of the like big
And
Mike
Jim Crawford
Pearls and
left the
Jeremy
development
Crawford.
team.
Yeah. So yeah, it was sort of they posted about it, their own like messages they sent out, like, this is not because of anything, we are leaving because life. But
Sure.
everyone's like,
It
all
was
right,
like,
that's
They probably
Sure.
paid them to say that so that people wouldn't
that's
leave.
the fucking man. I will Chris Perkins. I'm always gonna miss those Acquisitions Incorporated. That
Oh,
was my
man,
like
so
that was my
good.
intro to D&D. That's how I first learned about D&D. Acquisitions Incorporated on a bunch of like PAX events. Good times.
That'll probably continue because I know the couple of those guys too are also going on to do their own game
Stuff.
systems.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, speaking of D&D, however, I don't know if you guys keep up with the Unearthed Arcana stuff. Some weeks ago, we got some new sort of. They're going to be releasing Eberron stuff, aka the Artificer, for the 2024 version. But also, we got the Scion in the playtest right now. The Scion class. So no more part of a subclass for the Sorcerer, Fighter, or Rogue. Now we're probably just going to have a psychic class, and there were some like subclasses that they released and some interesting things, but people were sort of complaining that it had spell slots, and it's sort of like not what psionics are about, not about spells, but like mental powers instead.
I'm just shocked like how long they're taking to release like their newest like module for the new. Because like,
it's been so long since we got a module.
Yeah, and I think that'll be like the real like answer to like how. Because I remember in the early days of like 5th edition, some of the modules were pretty janky and not well written story wise.
Okay, they went back and reprinted them.
For 5e, you mean?
Yeah, like I never played some of them, but like the early ones, like
Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Horde of the Dragon Queen was atrocious. Princess of the Apocalypse and Out of the Abyss were like, you as a DM, here, man, figure this shit out. It was very much so for the DM to serve. Lost Mines of Fendelver, I will say, although it was kind of rough at the beginning, it's a sort of a linear adventure story, and you could because it was like low level and easy to piece together. Storm King Thunder still has like the biggest lethality rate of all of the modules, and still the most disappointing ending that people keep like complaining about. I don't want to spoil anything for those of you who haven't played, but if I do spoil it, it's been like 12 years since it's been out. So.
I tell you what cracks me up is like having played through like the entirety of the Dragon Queen new campaign, right? Like I played it when it first came out, and there were so many spots in it that the DM was like, this just makes no sense. It says you start this like 90-day caravan track, which is like the biggest glaring problem with it is like, here's this 90-day caravan.
It's super
thing,
overlooked,
right? It's super overlooked. There's this like synopsis, like a tiny synopsis of like, you're going from this point, and then this is the end goal is to get here.
Yeah.
It doesn't outline anything about the cultists in the caravan, which it tells you that they are, but it doesn't really say who it is. It doesn't tell you what their plans are, what they're doing.
it's for the DM, right? It's for the DM
Yeah.
to be like, here you go, DM, improvise, right? Figure it out, make it your own, and throw some maybe like bunch of random encounters in there, which for like modules, you don't want too many random encounters. It can
Yeah,
distract
yeah.
from what's going on.
But for a fresh faced DM, like their first time DMing, that'd be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because here's
Like
the
here's this whole section that
I was a LARPer before I played D&D, so like I knew how to improv and like react to the moment. But if I was playing D&D before that, I would be just absolute like no chance.
Yep. Because it's
It,
and it's so defeating as well for new DMs because you're like, okay, this is our fourth random encounter because the book told me so, and then the players are like, so what are we doing? What is the story about? What are we exactly doing? Are we just fighting monsters out here? And you're like, oh wait, the book is telling me. Wait, hold on. But yeah, it can be a little scary. A lot of people, and to this day, so many of the friends that I play with, they're like, oh, I don't want to DM, man. That sounds scary. I was like, it's not. Try it. It's really fun. And if you
It's
do have
not.
like a panic attack, then you know it's not for you.
To be fair, like I was also afraid to start DMing, but when they released the 5e Ravenloft book, I think what gets you to DM is like being passionate about the setting you want to run for your players. I think that's what motivates people to be DMs, because I would love to DM a Critical Role like somewhere in that universe because I love the universe that Matt created. It's just
Hell yeah.
really cool.
I agree,
Yeah.
but I feel like what I liked about DMing too, and when I do DM, is I like to DM in Exandria because I feel like it's a sandbox that I can play in. You know,
Yes.
like when the wheels are completely off, it feels a little overwhelming.
I have 3 different games. Well, over the years I've run quite a few games in Critical Role because I'm a big Critical Role fan. Big surprise. But also I have a little Wednesday game that I've been running for. Well, it's not always been like the same. It's been like in my own same homebrew world that I've been running for a very long time, and like adding to it a bunch of different like campaigns with some friends of mine that happened there and such. So there is something innately like, this is mine, this is my own, and I'm very proud of it, right? For your own like homebrew world, but worlds like Critical Role, like Forgotten Realms, stuff like that, stuff that is already written, stuff that is already sort of displayed, and for you ready to like input your own creative take on it, there is something comfortable about that, something like, relaxing. You can ease into it.
I just feel like it's like it helps you logic things out too sometimes because you're like, oh, what's that town next door? Oh, it's this town, and it has these people in it, and this is the history of the town, and it just like you just can like intuit things from that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
man, I Forgotten Realms as the setting, like the Sword Coast type of thing, got really soured for me. A few years ago, not because I think the setting is incredible, and I have personally made what's that TV show where you like choose a price of a answer, and then the host reads it out, and you buzz in and say what is, and then answer
Price
it.
is Right?
Price. I've made multiple Prices Right D&D edition for my friends, and we've played because I'm just a giant D&D nerd about like D&D lore and stuff like that. Which, by the way, I have one for us as well. At one point, if you guys want to play Prices Right D&D, I got it cocked and ready. But it's been soured for me because I played in me and my currently wife at that time girlfriend a few years ago. We played. Do you guys know that like there's an intro adventure called The Dragon of Icespire Peak? It came out some like years ago and such, and it's supposed to be just like a little intro adventure, right? And me and my wife saw it online on Roll20, and we're like, hey, let's try it out. Let's have fun. We never get to play together. A little paid game, right? Totally cool. Let's pay. Met some people in there. There were, whatever, people online. You get to meet some new friends. But the DM was... I was having a bit of a rough time because the first thing that happened to our level 1 characters is we walked into a little bar, a little tavern in this like little village of Icespire Peak or whatever, and the DM's player character from the previous campaign he played showed up and gave us all legendary magic items. And then he sat up on his cool Twilight metal dragon and flew away. And then this NPC kept showing up every session to help us with like quests and stuff like that. I legit could not believe it.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was one of the like wildest experiences I've had with D&D. And also, funny enough, that was such a snap on the wrist for me because I'm always the forever DM. But the game before that, the very first game that I joined as a player, we had a DM who would every single session just have whatever he watched last night on TV happen. So one day we're traveling and fighting vampires. Second day, there's 4 beholders that land in the middle of a desert we are traveling and start shooting us. and it was just like a bunch of random shit. So I started like DMing, tried out again. This another DM was like, my DM PC and his half dragon brother on their cool dragon mounts show up. I was like, oh no.
It's like
So,
I've tried DMing like traditional
Jeopardy.
fantasy.
I think
And,
Rav's actually right. I think it was Jeopardy. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. I've tried DMing like fantasy settings and whatnot, and it's like I can never like really like get into it. Mostly because it's like I like dark, and not a lot of people like dark, and so for me, I really enjoy DMing like Rogue Trader games in the 40k setting because, you know, by virtue of being in those games, your players are generally on board for dark, right? Like no one goes into a 40k game, be it Dark Heresy, Only War, Wrath and Glory, Imperium Malediction. No one goes into those like expecting sunshine and fucking rainbows because they know that dying is probably your best case scenario.
Yeah.
In that setting, like that's the mercy.
You like dark? No way. I could never tell.
But that's always a fun one for me. That's kind of like I guess where like my DMing passion is, because it's like session 1, for like just a light encounter. You don't have to do anything more than you have to get to the starbase out there in the expanse. Okay, there's an outpost out there that you're told to go to. Okay, and you leave it at that, and they're like, "All right, cool. We'll make the warp jump." It's like, I don't have to throw anything at you. I'm just gonna make you warp
Go to
jump.
hell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Travel through hell. You literally hear Satan laughing everywhere.
Yeah. That's why. Once again, Grimdark Warhammer universe, everything is super, even unnecessarily dark. But that's the sort of beauty of it. I actually had a little. Oh, what was it called? It was like not Dark Heresy. Yeah. Fuck. What was the name of the game system? I played with some friends. And once again, I think I was the one. Everyone was like, "Oh, we love Grimdark. It's super fucking cool. It's super fun." But nobody really knew much about like the lore of Warhammer stuff, except for me, because I'm like super nerdy and love fucking lore stuff. And the DM or game master at the time describing a scene where we are chasing this person who's believed to be connected to like a Xeno cult or something like that, and he describes that he pulls out a melta rifle. I was like, "Excuse me? Oh my god!"
Hide! Everybody hide!
Yeah, he shot that, and then I had to explain that, like, hey, that kills the building and me through it, right? You know that's what this is. That's not that kind of. That's not just a gun. But yeah, it's dark. It's supposed to be dark. We had a player who played a sorcerer, not a sorcerer. What do you call it in that game? Psyker? Yeah. Who accidentally summoned a demon when they did magic, and then the demon nearly killed all of us. So, yeah.
So, we started a new Rogue Trader game, and within our first 2 sessions, the other psyker who so me and a friend, we had made like psychers together. I was like the one that was training. And because of how dice rolls and everything went, he came out with a little bit more experience points for me than me, so he was the more experienced psyker, and so the idea
Who's that Pokemon?
Padawan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He rolled a perils and exploded his head like within the first 2
Hey!
sessions. Like
Oh,
literally his peril was head detonates. And I'm like standing beside him, head blows up, and he's like, fuck. So he has to roll a new character. And
you
I
get to be
suddenly
his
go from
master.
being the junior
Yeah.
psyker in the party to I am the only psyker in the party and like told to like, yeah, we need you to help
Yeah.
figure this shit out.
Once again, all of these tabletop games, D&D included, is the kind of adventure you get to have with your friends and then explain to other people, and they're like, Jesus, what the fuck?
Right?
It is inexplicable. Speaking of which, friends, we've been chatting for some time. First of all, I'm glad we are, because I love talking with you guys. We haven't spent some time hanging out in a while. But we are way overdue here. We are about to jump back into Exandria. A glistening pearly walls of the capital of the Dwendalian Empire, the enemy, as some of us would call them, or home for others. As friends, if you all would do me a great favor, marking down your inspiration for the session, reminding yourselves what your characters do, what power, spells, and features you have, as it is now time to jump back in. And as always, we do so with a brief recap. Last time, we arrived into the Empire with a teleportation spell that sent us to a location called Blumenthal, a small town just outside of the reaches of the capital, where our arrival wouldn't be too suspicious. We were given sort of fake IDs, papers with Dwendalian signatures and seals on them, describing us or portraying us as some sort of people that belong here with all kinds of jobs. We, I believe, have Alondra's fake sort of persona here, which is Celine Valor, who is a court performer. Ayla, of course, is Veronica Thompson, who is a painter from Nicodranus, and Talion is going by Crayfoot, and he's a chef from Zadash. Meanwhile, Alcina is, well, Alcina. Finally, also, you weren't there at the time last time. So, well, I don't suppose. All right, he's heading back. Rab, by the time you're back, figure out what your fake job is going to be here that is going to say on your fake papers. For Odo here. But other than that, yes, so we arrived into Blumenthal. There was a fair going on, a celebration sort of going on here. We arrived here at the date, or the date when we arrived at least, was the 17th. Of Quen Pilar, which is sort of like late autumn. We're going to go into winter months sometime soon. So the leaves are turning orangish and red. There is more clouds in the sky and such. Earlier sort of evenings and nights. As we sort of spent some time in Blumenthal there, we heard some rumors. Some youths were about to get into trouble, but Alcina sort of helped them out. And learned about a possible rebellion brewing. Some words were going about something called the New Julius Republic, which is apparently this Julius dominion was sort of a kingdom that existed here a few hundred years ago here that was sort of dismantled by the Empire, and now in the times of war, there's talks of rebellion. That cannot be good. We did leave and travel on for some time, arrive into Rexentrum. Well, we arrived after having some like guard checkups. Some guards checked up on us and such, but we were able to kind of fake our way through Alcina using her sort of pull, using her sort of connections with some of the higher ups in the government here to kind of smooth things over without issues. We did, however, encounter a sort of an ambush. A group of gnolls, these tall, sort of bloodthirsty, powerful hyena men, were attacking a bunch of Crown's Guard. And we decided to sort of save them and frighten them very much so. With a dinosaur, a beast, exotic, and of not even natural coloration as it should be, appeared about 60 feet in the air after a elf was launched up there by a manticore, and then this giant dinosaur broke the gate and sprinted away, as the guards damn nearly had a heart attack. Alcina, again, smoothed things over, saying, like, this was a special op, this was like an undercover special operation by the sort of majocracy secondary government of our kingdom here, known as the Cerberus Assembly. Don't tell anyone. And luckily, due to some pretty high rolls, they were like, okay, we'll keep our mouths shut. Later on, we traveled, and we were about to have a conversation. Well, I believe we had that conversation with Alondra. We tried to convince Alondra to not be as extra, which truly confused her. It's the one way she knows. So that said, that is what happened last time, as just now we slowly arrive into this vast, magnificent city. As we travel here, we see up ahead, let's see here, yes, as you guys slowly kind of arrive, you see the vastness and opulence of the capital. The wall of blonde stone block is stacked some 50 or 60 feet high, canted against the slope of a like a moat that goes along its western side. You see all kinds of builders and calipers and projections that draw plans nearby. Apparently the wall is being further expanded. Another part of the city is being sort of expanded as well. Up on the walls themselves, you see flags and symbols. The red flag, the crown symbol upon it, and a bird flying over it, the symbol of the empire. The symbol of the royal bloodline. You see here as people at the gates, one by one, kind of file in wagons and carts and all manner of chariots and carriages. You see people kind of giving over their papers, talking to some of the guards here and such, as well as kind of some of them being turned around and away, being told to sort of like, no, you don't have the proper thing, please come back when you have. People complaining as you have to wait for a better part of like half an hour or so before you see one individual kind of approaches you, one of the sort of watchmasters, sort of like sergeants amongst the Crown's Guard, a local guard here. Once again, the local guard in the cities is called the Crown's Guard, and the army is called the Righteous Brand. This is a small bit of a difference from the dynasty, the Korean dynasty, where we spent a lot of our time, where everyone, sort of the city guard and the soldiers, are all called the Aurora Watch. So as you guys sort of approach here, Alcina, you yourself realize your name and connection has gotten you guys through far and well enough. But if you start throwing your connection, the names of your connections here in the city, a lot of people are going to start possibly looking that way, being informed that. As you kind of slowly approach here, you see one of these sort of like watchmasters here kind of approaches you all and says, good day, welcome to the capital. What is the purpose of your stay, and how long will you be staying? And they sort of look across the group. You all, by the way, do have little items that are either necklaces or amulets or rings or earrings, whatever part you want it to be. Those are those disguise items. Magical items infused with powerful illusion magic, allowing you guys to stay disguised for up to 24 hours each day, so all day, every day, right? So you are all sort of appearing different. And in the art Wildemount chat, we had some appearances that you guys just showed off here. I believe Celine is a human, Zach, I want to say.
Yeah, she's
Or
a human,
Gotcha, yeah.
just like Alcina. So
Just like Alcina, yes. Veronica is a tiefling, I believe, which is, funny enough, also extremely rare sight in the Empire here. And then Tally, or Greyfoot, I believe, is a elf or half-elf, would you say?
Half elf.
Half-elf,
He's,
you say, yes.
he's the same race. He's a half elf, but instead of drow looking, he is just looks like he might be half high elf.
High elf or something. Yeah, gotcha. Yes. Excellent. So as you guys sort of approach, they kind of look over you guys and say, yes, Odo is a traveling craftsman, a chimney sweep, handyman, exterminator. Gentlemen, remind him in place if no one else wants to go. Odo is not disguised. Okay, gotcha. Odo is just a little halfling guy traveling. Do you have a fake name as well, or are you just are you just Odo? Which, mind you, by the way, about a year ago, a bunch of heroes, one of them named Odo, has saved a bunch of people in the dynasty from the evil Children of Malice people. Now that's the kind of news that travels. Even though there's war and stuff like that, they've probably heard of that happening, and you guys and your names sort of being associated with that.
Like, even over here?
So,
Yeah.
well, I mean, it's been a year, right? News has spread.
We're
Maybe not
famous.
the common folk and guard and stuff like that,
That's
but like
why we came disguised.
All right,
Because
yeah,
now we know
like,
what we look like.
like sergeants and captains and some people in power, right? They'd be like, Odo, that's a very unique name, right? That couldn't be the and right, so they might be some
We'll go with
Dodd.
Dodd.
God. Well, Odo is such a creative man.
All right, that's Dodd. Let's see. Oh no, I gotta write this down real fast. Okay, gotcha. So he is Dodd.
God Undertunnel.
Actually, I kind of like that. Let's run with it.
Yeah, let's go with it. Dodd Undertunnel. Okay.
Oh. Oh boy.
Or exterminator. Very good.
I missed you guys.
As you see the guardsman sort of ask you guys all, and he does ask for your sort of papers here, and so he looks it over, and he sort of lingers on some of them inspecting, but as they were perfect, sort of like expertly crafted, he doesn't suspect really anything here. You yourself, Alcina, do you introduce yourself as sort of like collector of antiquities, sort of like bounty hunter type? Like, what do you introduce yourself as?
I just introduce myself as Alcina. I hand him the papers. I don't give any sort of like pull or push on her papers. It does say that she's an antique dealer. And business.
Oh, I see. This all checks out. Antiques. Oh, well, are you here for the new opening of the Invulnerable Vagrant, that magic store up in the Shimmer Ward?
I had hoped to speak with the owner about some things, yes?
Oh, well, just in time. I believe yesterday was sort of like a grand opening. All manner of discounts, they say. Might have to... Well, I would love to take a look myself, but the damn prices are always out of my hands. As he sort of kind of grumbles to himself and kind of notes down your names in a little book off to the side as you see some of the other guards kind of...
Well, kind of reach into my pocket and pull out like a little business card and hand to him. I happen to run my own shop as well.
You do?
Yeah.
My goodness. Already such fierce competition here in the
card.
city.
You know, called the Silken Spite.
Silken Spite. Now that's a very unique name, man. They sort of look it over. Interesting. And this part over here, he points at the part of the card that presumably is written in Undercommon as well that he can't read. It says, "Those are some funny squiggles. What is this?"
So I try to cater to anyone of all language, and there is a wide variety of languages out there. That one in particular is just so people can find me.
Who's that Pokemon?
If you flip it over, there's also Elven, Dwarven, Giant.
Oh wow, giant! Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I do have Goliath clientele that's that's what they like to speak.
uh-huh.
So I
Right.
more than willing to do a deal.
Well, excellent. Please, I'll keep this one close then. If I ever need well, I was hoping to get maybe like a magic belt that can help. My back's been hurting. Do you maybe? His sergeant goes like, keep it moving. He's like, right. Sorry, right. Enjoy the capital. Enjoy your time here and stay out of trouble. Yes. And they sort of hurry you guys along as you enter one by one. Some people turn heads and look at the strange tiefling person, but nobody really approaches or asks anything. Yep. As you guys enter, you see, first of all, you enter from sort of the south here and enter the Mosaic Ward, which very much so is not as sort of extravagant as you would have hoped to see immediately from a major city in the Empire. In fact, this side of the city is sort of like kind of the slums. Right? Some downtrodden neighborhoods, not as much guards as you would sort of expect from here. As Alcina, you would know that's exactly the case. The Mosaic Ward is a breeding nest and grounds for crime and suspicious activities of all kinds. This is sort of the roughest part of the town, the southern part of town here.
It's mosaic because the people here are colorful in a way that you get it.
You guys sort of walk on through. You see some people kind of keeping an eye on you guys. At one point here, everyone with a passive perception of 15 or above, so everyone but Alcina and Elantra here, you notice a group of sort of like teenagers, kind of like younger folk, begin to kind of in the crowd with the people, kind of move somewhat closely to you guys, and you begin to notice some wandering fingers trying to sort of reach and try to get their hands on some of your property, some of your sort of coin purses and some of your pockets and stuff like that. They're decently stealthy, but you guys are very aware.
Talion will react appropriately, and he'll reach for grab one of their wrists, and he'll press his thumb at the joint area and twist them to stop them.
As this person, you see a young sort of human boy, once again, like teenager, right? You sort of twist his hands. He's like, oh, whoa, what are you doing? Guards, this guy's gone crazy.
Try to pick my pocket again, and you'll lose the hand, kid. Now beat it.
His eyes sort of go wide immediately. You see the rest of his sort of like friends here kind of look a little surprised that you noticed. Like, pick your pocket. I wasn't. And you sort of twist his wrist. I'm like, okay, easy. I thought you were someone else. You were playing a joke. It was just a joke.
Jokes are fine. This isn't. Now beat it.
You sort of push him away here, as the rest of them immediately sort of give up on any sort of attempts here, as some of the other people nearby kind of take note and, keep away. As you guys begin to sort of walk here, Talion, in one of these sort of alleyways, you see a little marking, marking of a particular, some would say criminal organization. You see a symbol of the Myriad, believed by some long destroyed and gone from our just and lawful streets. You see a little symbol for a storage or a stash. You think there might be some dangerous types around these areas. And this is just sort of in one of these alleyways.
I looked back to the group. Keep your eyes open. We're not out of danger yet.
There's been danger? I've just been looking into Alcina's eyes this whole time.
Kanan, let me know if you see something weird.
Kate immediately takes up to the sky, starts sort of looking around and such, keeping an eye out. Excellent. Which, by the way, you guys are all heading to a you yourself, Tal or Greyfoot, I should say. Yeah, you have been given a location to meet. By all of you guys have been told to meet with some sort of a agent here, a agent of the presumably the of the dynasty, the one person that was told to you guys by Essek to find out here. And apparently this person is you're to find them here in the sort of city. Best directions you were given is towards the Mud Top district or Mud Top ward up there. Which is, by the way, also like a large slum area. It is like the poorest part of town, which is funny enough that the Mosaic Ward is the most like dangerous place, even though it's not like the poorest place. But as you guys sort of head your way on through, eventually you make it to the sort of secondary wall, and you are again checked up by guards before you are let into this next area up here, as eventually you enter the Shimmer Ward up ahead. You guys realize you're gonna have to sort of look around the town for some time to find this person you're supposed to meet with, this lady you're supposed to meet with, as well as, not to draw too much attention to yourselves.
Impossible.
Let's see here. As you guys are going on through, however, you do realize while you are here, there is a optional sort of, if you're interested, there could be some shopping to be done, right? There is a magic shop being opened here, and as there is not as many magical options in the dynasty, of course, many of the magic items are cursed, are bedeviled, and all kinds of manner of dark god magics. Might be one of your rare opportunities to do some proper shopping. And also, you guys are doing pretty well with cash these days.
We are?
I thought you should be, I hope.
Not you, obviously.
I have 100 gold pieces to my name.
I have a lot of money, but I don't spend
don't?
mine.
You don't have money?
She's
that's right, you're a
she's
wizard.
really bad. She's really bad with money. She buys a lot of things.
You guys got literal tens of thousands of gold
Me just
after.
sitting here with a casual 1,148 platinum.
Same.
Holy
1660 platinum.
Yeah. You're the one who
Exactly.
spent all that money on that fucking coat you wanted to make, bruh.
Italian's got about 366. He spent most of his platinum getting his that spell book made.
Yeah. There is. I don't know. You guys got a lot of money for like winning the war and becoming heroes and such, looting Doomeran and all that stuff. I don't know how if you've marked it down, but I will generally rely on you guys to mark down your cash.
Yeah, I did a lot. I upgraded the protective verses. I bought studded leather armor +1, a cloak of displacement,
Yeah,
and
you
I
bought a
bought a
lot
bunch
of
of
shit.
poisons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So including some purple worm.
Would you guys like then to do some shopping first, or would you like to go looking for this contact of yours first?
Do we have an idea of what the bells currently are, like the time of day?
At the moment, here you guys arrive. Last time you fought those gnolls and such. So you guys arrive here about 2 days on the morning after like being teleported here to the country. So currently it is the 19th of Quenpilar, like early morning, basically.
I think I want to go see the magic shop. I want to wheel and deal and maybe establish another connection to go with my list of connections.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't care about the magic items, so I'm gonna, while they're shopping, I'm gonna spend time looking for the person that we need to look for.
Gotcha. Let's go with magic shopping here first, and then we'll do a little investigation roll there as well. Which, by the way, as you guys arrive here, I think last time Will showed off some art, but yes, some cool sort of art of the Empire capital, sort of from above. Also, there's this beautiful thing of art, but nothing dark and ominous is happening in the city right now. This was just the thing that happened in Critical Role. But yes, as you all move across the city, eventually you make it up to the Shimmer Ward, where you see a little store, a big sign on the side there that says grand opening. Invulnerable Vagrant is the name of the store. And as you guys slowly kind of approach and enter here, you see this place looks very much so newly opened. It is very busy. There is at least 12 or maybe 15-ish other individuals who are inspecting this place and looking on through. As you guys sort of enter, you feel wave after wave of perfumes and strange alluring scents sort of wash over you. The shop itself almost feels a little claustrophobic with the sheer number of shelves and curios that are clustered together in one place. You see little magical motes of light that dance along the ceiling and the rafters above, moving as if given life of their own. And you see cabinets crammed with motley of items, from cloth bags to boxes of crystals and candles, as well as fans and feathers and flutes and mundane-looking stones with strange runic markings on them. You see wooden shelves that occupy every wall of the shop, stacked with scrolls and magical tomes and other oddities. The shop itself could not be less unremarkable. You see the telltale hum of enchantment that dances in the air here, as many of these folk are kind of looking on through, although a large portion of these, like 20-ish or 15-ish or so customers currently, a lot of them are wearing sort of like military outfits. You see sort of like a captain's gear and a sergeant's gear and some sort of like a chaplain's gear, something like that. They all have like badges and all kinds of like badges of honors and stuff like that. A lot of like the army folk are looking at a lot of this magic stuff. And you see currently there, to a moment of confusion perhaps, you see a tall furbolg man, also like shaggy brown hair, a little like a beard, chin strap beard around. He's got sort of like floopy cow-like ears, as he is currently helping one of the customers there. And then you kind of pan across, and you see the exact same guy talking to another group of customers. And then another one, and then another, as finally this last one, who sort of looks at you guys, all of these sort of seemingly identically looking furbolg, one of them slowly approaches you, says, "Oh, hello there, welcome to the
Yes.
Invulnerable Vagrant. Good to see you all, some fresh new customers," as he introduces himself as Pumat Sol, the proprietor of this secondary shop, now available to you in Zadash and Rexentrum. As you guys see, this little gaggle of furbolgs walking around. As he sort of like big polite smile looks to you all, says, "Please come in if you're looking for any kind of scrolls or magical earrings. We've got all manner of interesting stuff. So what can I do you for?"
Alcina's just sitting in the back shaking her head. Fuck, of course it would be him.
Alcina, you have probably worked with this guy before, probably in Zadash, where his original store is, but yes, you have probably sold him all manner of magical items over your time working as a antique collector. I think he sort of looks amongst the group and kind of sees you there. So, oh, that's one face we definitely remember. Alcina, been some time. What great and dangerous things have you brought me this time?
A few things. I was hoping that there was another person to add to my list of buyers, but I suppose
Oh,
this works too.
not so lucky, friend. Not so lucky. We've set prices so low, everyone else in competition had to back away.
Who's that
But as you
Pokemon?
can see, second stop open here in Rexcentrum. Quite a wonder, eh?
Quite a wonder.
Well, who are your friends? Introduce us.
So this is well, I don't speak for them. They can speak for themselves.
Oh, well, hello, everyone. Welcome. Name's Pumat Soul. Welcome to my humble, our humble little store. What may I call you all? And he kind of looks amongst you guys, whoever is here.
I'm like, who is
Italian-
here? Who's going?
Italian will like introduce himself first. Greetings, Master Soul. I'm just called Greyfoot. It's
Oh,
a
no,
fancy name,
no
but
master,
it's
no
fine.
master, please. Just Pumat is fine. Nice to meet you, Greyfoot.
These are my friends, and I'll.
Mhm.
Hello, my name is Celine. Nice to be to your acquaintance.
Celine,
Pumat?
pleasure, absolute pleasure. You seem, he sort of looks amongst you and sees some of the like magic weapons and stuff you have. Says you have quite a set of magical armaments there. Oh, you'll find a lot of things you like in this here store.
I am eager to see your wares.
Well, thank you very much. And looks on over. Do we have Dodd here, or perhaps Veronica Thompson? Veronica's not here, right? Veronica's outside investigating.
Dodd went with Veronica.
Veronica and Dodd, of course.
Oh, Veronica.
Veronica and Dodd, always off on their own adventures. No, but he sort of looks over and says, all right then. Well, let's see if we can get you anything you'd like or need. This way, please. And he sort of walks past some of these other weird, almost like copies of himself. As he begins to show you guys some of the magical item catalog that he has here. You guys see, so mechanically speaking, any very rare or lower magic item you guys can find here. So anything but legendaries you can find, although they're pretty expensive, those kinds of magical items, but you can find them here. Additionally, there is of course, list of magical items they have here that are special items on sale at great discount currently that you can possibly be interested with. To not go through the list here one by one, I'm just gonna give you guys a little handout, and you guys will be able to click and check what kind of magical items you might be interested in. You can click those little things and inspect them, but you'll see some of them pretty expensive, some of them are pretty fucking pricey. But there is some like super rare magical potions in here as well. Anything else that is not on this list, like I said, very rare or lower, you can totally find here. However, those are not going to be like discounted. They might be kind of pricey. But some of the stuff here for you guys that I would totally suggest looking at is those. There are some cloaks of passage, which are quite nice because they don't require attunement. Some fancy stuff. The very first item in the list there, the 22,000 gold one. That's a legendary item, and it's a big, cool, gigantic sort of axe with fire and cold powers, which is quite funky. Some cool magic books as well, some masks that let you polymorph into cool, weird creatures. The potions themselves already, you got some fantastic ones like Potion of Cloud Giant Strength and so, but if you guys want to take a look at these, peruse at your leisure, and let me know if you're interested in anything. Yeah.
Where are they actually? They're in the. Like when I click on them, they don't do anything. So
Oh, yes. Sorry. Now, if you click on them, you should be able to actually inspect them.
oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh. Okay, now the links work.
Yeah, a little roll 20 hiccup there, but we're good now.
Diane kind of like perusing the list is like, there's a little out of my price range. Master Soul.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Just
so,
Pumat.
Pumat. So I have an item that I've been looking around for a while now.
Oh.
I'm wondering if I might be able to sell it to you.
Oh, sell, certainly. We purchase all manner of magical items as long as they are fine under magical inspection and they're not cursed or enchanted in some foul ways.
And tell him to kind of like sling off his back the +1 longbow he's been carrying since the since the fight against the wall fights, and he'll put it on the table.
Oh,
It's a little too heavy for my taste of armaments, so what if I can offer here?
look at that. Quite a unique design. You won't really see this around these parts. Where did you find this thing? Did you make it?
Well, as a chef, I sometimes have to go out and find my own ingredients in the forests, and well, I got kind of lucky, and I stumbled across, well, unfortunate for them, but a dying adventurer, and well, he wasn't going to use it anymore, and unfortunately, it's too big for me. So
I see. All right. Casting will identify. This is just a +1 longbow, correct?
yes,
He says, not bad, but this is sort of common. Not so much common, but common in comparison to what we here make often. So, best I can do is I can do 500, or I'll up it if you decide to purchase something from the shop as well.
yeah. Mostly I'm just here to offer it, but if I see something else in your store, possibly.
Understood. 500 is best I can offer.
Deal.
And yeah, mechanically speaking here, he'll either buy it off of you for 500, or you can use it as a 1,000 gold discount off of one of the other items to purchase.
Even with the extra 500, I'm nowhere in the price range of some of these prices.
All right. He sort of looks amongst the rest of you guys here to see if anyone wants anything.
I actually have a couple of things for you that you might be interested in. Things I've collected.
To buy,
along the way.
always. Of course. What have you got for us this time?
I will put. I'll put the sword of. What is that? Yeah, that one is. Yeah, that's one I still have. Okay. I'll put the double strike sword and voltage down on the countertop for him.
Ooh, very incredible, very nice stuff. He looks over voltage, looks over sort of double strike. Sort of double strike is a +1 weapon with an extra special ability that gets to do as a reaction. He looks it over and says, I'm more than happy to buy this one off you for 800 gold. The sort of double strike that is voltage over here is quite a little marvel you've brought me here. I'll say similarly, let's make this one 1,000.
Only 1,000? That seems a little low for that one.
And he goes, well, and then you two start talking back and forth. You can go ahead and give me a persuasion roll as you try to sort of up the price. Mm.
I'm not a very persuasive person.
You argue for some time, explaining how hard it was to wrench it from the grip of that terrible thing at the bottom of the dungeon, but he holds his ground and says, best I can do for you is 800 for the double strike
Can I-
and 1,000 for the voltage here. I
I
mean,
guess she already
these
rolled
are
one.
quite. Well, if you have something, yeah, you can
Oh
always
no, I was
lower
gonna
the
say, can I
DC.
help her? But it's like she already rolled.
With the help, that would have been dead,
been
Yeah.
right?
dead, yeah,
Here, as he says, "Oh, I'm certain you've. I respect your work, but I wouldn't be in business if not for spelunkers and dungeoneers. But I know my worth, and more so, I know what people are willing to pay. So, without going into a minus, for both of these, 1,800.
All right, I'll do you one a little bit better.
Right?
I'll take 1,000 for voltage. I'll do 300 for Sword of Double Strike. On top of, if you get cursed items, I would like you to purchase them for me, because I have a market in which I can resell them, and we could split the profit for them.
Wait, you want cursed items, huh?
I have
Interesting.
inroads into a market for them where collectors want them simply for the sake of what they are.
Well, some dangerous crowds, perhaps. At least I hope they know what they're doing. Well, I can't say I have any cursed objects in the store here. Far be it from our reputation to do so, but I'm definitely interested in possibly finding some. All manner of folk try to sell us things that are not so hospitable to their users. Usually we turn those away, but if this is something you're interested in, we can definitely keep hold of some of them for you. Sounds like a deal to me.
Absolutely perfect. Just a little insight onto it. Like I said, they're collectors. They're willing to pay quite a bit for them simply for the bragging rights of what they are. So we could definitely arrange a way to recoup whatever is paid for them. I mean, obviously, don't pay too exorbitant of an amount for it, but
Right.
what I can flip it for, we can split, and it still is probably more than what you buy it for from them.
Uh-huh. All right.
And she
All
kind of
right.
holds a hand out to shake on that.
I like that kind of a deal, miss. And he shakes your hand. Here, gives you your 1,300 gold, and I'm going to mark off the Volt Edge. A blade that Alcina sort of came into the game here with. How long we've come, how far we've come, and the Sword of Double Strike. Here and in the future, whenever you visit any of the two locations in Zadash or Rexentrum, you're gonna have a guy who can give you a ton of pretty much sort of for free, for very minimal price, if any, cursed items, because why would they want them?
Exactly.
Mhm.
But them drow collectors, man. Hell yeah.
That said, though, you guys realize, like, magic store here, they buy a lot of magic items. We have a lot of magic items, and some of them we don't use anymore. So this is a great opportunity to sort of recoup a lot of our money.
That said, if you ever want, Alcina does have a storefront now. We could sell them wholesale instead of.
Is there any magical shopping or selling that you guys would like to do?
Elantra will look longingly at the rings of the Fey Court.
Yes,
you
you
can't afford.
see a wonderful set of 4 rings of the Fey Court that lets you be resistant to all manner of magic, and each of these rings goes on your hair, so you'll wear like 4 different rings on your fingers, and then give you magical resistance against spells and stuff like that. But once again, a little pricey. Yeah. Some fun things. I was gonna say.
Telling like looks at Pumat. Pumat, you wouldn't happen by any chance to have any bags of holding?
Oh, plenty, plenty. We have all kinds of bags and backpacks and satchels and pouches, whatever your design or color preferred. For 450 gold, you can get yourself a bag of holding.
Definitely getting tired of carrying all this crud on my back. Sure, I'll buy one.
All right. You purchase one, 450 gold. There you go. You have yourself a bag of holding. He asks you like what stylization and what color, what appearance you want it to have. If you want it to be like a backpack or an actual like a satchel on your side, or a little fucking what's that thing that Dwayne The Rock Johnson had as his character around his? What am I
Fanny
thinking
pack?
of? A fanny pack. If you want a fanny pack of holding, he can do that as well.
Satchel will work just fine.
Satchel is fine. You got it. Excellent. There are some items that sort of stand out as very powerful here. For example, I don't think we have anyone who wears heavy armors, but this here Iron Leaf Plate is a +2 plate armor with some special resistance abilities. This is a little item called Mask of the Outsider that lets you straight up become, like, turn yourself into, this one in particular is a fiend mask. They come in 3 variants, Celestial, Fey, or Fiend. This is a fiend mask, which means that every fiend looking at you while you wear it thinks that you're a fiend. And once a day, you can polymorph yourself into a fiend creature. You still get your
It is
own...
tempting.
Yeah, some fun stuff in there. And if Ayla was around, and if you let her know, something fantastic that could be for her, like the Grimoire of the Celestial Realms, that gives you all kinds of magic-y spells you get to add to your list, gives you resistance to all kinds of damage. Or perhaps this is another sort of paladin/cleric-y item called the Crusader of Divine Power, in which basically every turn in combat you gamble if you're going to roll a 6, and if you do extra healing or extra damage with your spells, which is quite nifty. You yourself, Greyfoot here, you clock this Bramble Heart Quiver, which seems quite a fantastic item that lets you sort of enchant your arrows into these like spike growth and explosions that can control the battlefield. But once again, a little pricey. All manner of things. And then potions. Just some very good, fantastic potions, like Potion of Speed. For the very first time, you guys see a Potion of Supreme Healing, which is as powerful as they get. This is a potion that heals you, well, probably all of your hit points. Most likely all of your hit points. It is a full-on, like, fucking urn that you drink out of. It's not even a bottle at this point. It's like a long, thin urn. As you guys see all of these, some of you for your weapons and such, Oil of Sharpness, right? You apply it, and for a while, your weapon just becomes a +3 weapon. Now, you can do it to other magical weapons. However, if they're already +3, nothing happens. If they're a +2, they don't gain a +3 and become like a +5. Instead, they just become a +3 weapon. So generally, they are fantastic to do on ammunition. For example, Talion, Oil of Sharpness means 20 pieces of ammunition are now a +3. And with your bow already adding an attack bonus, those do stack, which are some monstrous numbers. But yeah, some funky stuff in there. All right. Is there any magic out of character here, I suppose? Is there any magic items? And this also counts for, like, Jen and Rav here. Even though you guys sort of, like, walked away to do another thing here, if we were going to a magic store, if your characters would be like, ooh, I have this extra thing that I've been meaning to sell for some time, can you sell it? Out of character here, you guys. If you want to sell some of your magic items that you're not particularly using or ever using, perhaps, this is a great place to offload those.
Odo doesn't really carry anything he's not using, but knowing that they're walking into that store, he would offer the party if they need a loan or funding that he would help.
Gotcha.
Puma,
Yes.
how your rings here, they are 9,000?
The Fey Court rings. That's the set we have here. Wonderfully crafted. It took a long time to crack the Fey magic for this one, but we managed to pull it off. Yeah, for 9,000. This is 4 rings, one for each finger. Each has 2 charges, protecting you from all manner of magical or elemental things.
Do they recuperate their charges?
Every day, yes, every day, yeah.
Elantra looks longingly at Alcina and then back to the rings.
Yeah, I'll take them.
Oh, very well, excellent, great choice here. As he presents you with the signet rings of the Fey Court, you are the proud owner of these magic rings here. Now, generally, one person is supposed to attune, so like all 4 rings count as like one attunement. Right, you put all 4 on, and all 4 of them have. Each ring has 2 charges, which it can be a little difficult to keep a track of, right? But every ring has 2 charges, so 4 rings of 2 charges. Each of the rings has a reaction ability that you can use to gain resistance to the sort of like the special type they represent. So Autumn Ring gives you necrotic resistance for 1 turn. Spring gives you radiant. Summer gives you fire, and winter gives you cold. Additionally, you can alternatively spend 2 charges from any of the rings. When you are targeted by a magic spell that requires a saving throw, you spend 2 charges and you just choose to have advantage against magic. Elusive to magic, much like Fae themselves. As you purchase these for yourself. These 4 wonderful magical rings.
That's be perfect. I'll be able to resell these in the shop, I think. Quite a lot.
Those rings are pretty amazing, don't you think?
I think they are. Oh, did you want them?
I mean, they
She
do
hands
like
the
kind
rings
of
over to her.
match. Oh, she's like texting.
Excellent,
She
excellent.
she like jumps on Alcina and hugs
Yeah.
her, plants little kisses, you know.
Excellent. Amazing. As you place these rings on your fingers here, you feel the power of the elemental sort of aspects of the seasons tied to the Fae and the Fae courts more powerfully than ever before. It feels like home. Excellent. There we go. Any other purchasing or selling? I'm going to put these, by the way, in the miscellaneous pile of items.
Yes.
Aha, yes, excellent. What would you like?
Carpet of flying.
Yes, of course. Carpet of Flying is a fantastic magic item. In these ones that we have here, the Carpet of Flying is a very rare magic item. The Bolded is the one that they are selling here, right? It is a 4 feet by 6 feet. It can carry up to 400 pounds, and it flies 60 feet per round. Again, a bit pricey, but very good. And I think here, Ayla, you definitely could have given like your friend some notes of like, I would like to buy this. If there is some, here's some money for it. You guys can they can give you the change back later. But if you want to here, drop 8,000 and buy yourself a Carpet of Flying. Done deal. Although I will say, if you decide that Ayla comes here and does this herself, she can decide on like the design. And the motifs on it and the colors and all of that.
She wants to go to the shop, but she wants to focus on the task, which is meeting this person. It's like for her, like this is fun and all, it's great, but she wants to get Varen back. So shopping is not really on her mind at the moment. It's just going to find this person. And once we find it and we figure out what we're gonna do, then she can do whatever else.
Gotcha. All right, so out of character then, just sort of like giving some money to your friends to purchase it for you here.
No, I'll come back, but I want to get this person first, and if I have time, then I'll come and get the carpet.
Well, I will say you are in an unfamiliar town here. It's going to take a little bit of looking around to do so. Once again, let's finish shopping and then I'll give you some opportunity to roll some checks to see what happens in the big city. But yes, we'll put off the carpet on the side there as a possible future purchase. All right.
Before we switch over to Ayla, Talion would have asked Pumat. Hey, Pumat. We're relatively new to Rexham Truman, so I wonder if you maybe help me find a location. A fellow chef of mine in Zadash mentioned a place called the Cryptic Collections. I'm trying to figure out what that is.
Oh, Cryptic Collections. Yeah, that's another. There's another little magic store here in town. Well, it used to be. It used to be a little magic store place, but they kind of closed it down. A lot of these smaller shops kind of got shut down when the whole war started. I heard it's some sort of a dining place now, but they kept the name. The person just sort of rebranded. That's further up. That's in the Mud Top, in the Mud Top ward.
Much appreciated.
Right. Well, be careful out there. Generally a peaceful part of town, but you never know. Guards barely go up there.
I couldn't help but notice the I can't whisper the myriad symbol in the mosaic ward.
You see him, kind of look around a little conspiratorially and says, "Oh, that's sort of a sore topic around these parts. Everyone's talking that these myriad fellas are all gone, but people are not blind. We see people moving in the dark, shady things happening at night, and guards waving it off like it's nothing. All manner of shady stuff.
Anyone I should keep my distance from?
Well, I would generally suggest not roaming alone at night throughout the Mosaic ward. That's one thing for sure. The rest of town, though, that should be fine. I mean, best kept place would be the Candles, and further up you go towards the palace itself. But yeah, Mud Top and Mosaic ward, not great place to be alone at night.
Thanks, Pumat.
Right. Well, what's the decision you made on that bow?
I'll just take.
You have a possible. I will say out of character here, Will. You do have a possible. Rav is saying a possible loan, like giving you. He has some money that I don't think Rav, if you're intending on spending much.
No, he's not buying anything.
Yeah. So if you have something on mind here, there are friends that have money to sort of give. I will suggest to you guys out of character here, one amongst all of these items, which are all pretty fucking fantastic, one that is sort of omni-useful to you guys would be Cloak of Passage, right? It's 5,000 gold, it's a little pricey. It's not attunement, and once per day lets you cast either Pass Without Trace or Dimension Door, which are both pretty fantastic spells. But yeah, I don't know how your guys' money's looking.
Italian's been a little low. He's about that bag of holdings, and now he's got about 416.
How much is the quiver?
Well, I don't want the quiver.
Okay.
That's.
But yeah, if you need something, O's got you.
That cloak, if it's 5,000, it's like what, 500 platinum?
500 platinum, yeah. And once again, all of you can, if you have money. I mean, in the perfect world, I suggest all of you get one. But yeah.
I mean, it'd be pretty useful for the heist, but.
I mean, I already have my own, so.
You have a Cloak of the Mountebank, right?
No, I have a bag of holding.
Oh, bag of holding. Gotcha. I thought you meant the cloak.
I don't have any cloak.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but like if we bought 5 cloaks for all of us, that's like 25,000.
I have a cloak of displacement, so I already have a cloak.
Yeah, you have a cloak. Yours is actually fantastic for a Blade Singer.
I'm enchanted out.
Yeah, technically, Talon is wearing a cloak. He's wearing the Time Shifter's mantle.
Yeah, also fantastic one.
But
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
I'm not hurting for stealth. I'm fairly decent, all things considered.
Yeah. Understood then. Additionally, by the way, they have every kind of magic potion, like the lower rarity ones, like superior healing, greater healing, all that type of stuff. If we need those, you can get these. Something kind of unique for some of our mages here, these potions of maximum power are quite something. Any 4th level spell you drink a potion, and next 4th level or lower spell you cast, instead of rolling, you just do max damage, which is quite powerful as well. And then, I mean, who doesn't want to have 27 strength for an hour? Very expensive, though. Very fucking expensive. But yeah. That said, I think, do we have any more shopping?
Who's that Pokemon?
People relatively good.
All right. Let's see here. Excellent. You all, while you are shopping, spending your time and your money, as we stay with you guys, we pan across the city here, and we go to Ayla and Odo, or I suppose I should say, yes, Veronica and Dodd. We move across the city here. Where do we find you guys? What part of the city do you guys go to sort of like look in? You were told Mudtop Ward, but if you wanted to start at any particular locations, that's your guys' call.
No, if that's where they said to go, then that's where we would go.
Right. Well, it is still like a very it's a big place here. So I think we find you guys at a bar. There's a little tavern, a little skeevy tavern, a tiny little place, a little dive bar, so of sorts, called the Grim Shelf Tavern. As you guys sort of enter in, you see quite a few people drinking here, even though it's like early morning. Some sort of like local drunks are here, loud, proclaiming all manner of strange things. You hear one person as you guys enter kind of bump into some people that are some patrons here, says, "That's right, they sent me back. All those foul cricks I've slain, got them by the throat, and they sent me back, and for what? Dishonorable discharge, sons of bitches," as he spills some of his drinks, and some people sort of shake their heads and such, as another group is sort of sitting nearby, some of the common folk here. You kind of look over there currently at the bar. Is a kind of like a short little half-elven, maybe human woman. You see, she sort of looks up. She's got like a brown auburn hair, a kind of little kind of nice little shirt with like a button up with little suspenders on, and she's got the little poofy sleeves. She's kind of cleaning the bar. Kind of looks to you all as you start kind of looking around. You realize this is as good place as any, to start asking about. The name, by the way, given to you guys was this person you're looking for, meaning for this informant here, is called Helene. So, as you approach the bartender here, what do you guys say? What do you ask?
Hello, what a nice place you have here, and can I have a drink? And I was actually have a question about maybe someone you may know.
You see, she kind of smiles and raises an eyebrow here at you and says, "Quite an accent you have. I've not heard one like that before. Where are you from?"
Nicotranes?
Oh, well, pleasure to meet you. My name is Katya. Yes, all manner of drinks here. Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? What do you prefer? We have some dark beers just arrived in from the brewery.
I I don't really drink that kind of thing, so...
And what about your short friend there? Can he handle a tall drink?
Oh, of course. Although you want anything?
No, Miss Verago, I'm good for now. Maybe some water.
Water? Oh, well, let's not get you too drunk too early. She sort of chuckles, and some of the other patrons kind of laugh along to that. She brings you some water and such, so you guys sort of sit down. She puts some sort of like snacks on the bar there, says, right, well, what can I help you with, darlings?
We're looking for someone named Helene.
Helene? Helene? Don't know too many Helenes. Not that I can remember, at least. And she sort of opens her palm up and gestures with her fingers, as if for something, to be sort of, to progress the conversation.
Ayla doesn't know anything about bribing, so she's just gonna give her a high five, like a low five.
Give me a persuasion/confusion roll here. 13. Okay. She looks at her hand, confused, looks back at you, and genuinely just like,
Odo's going to obviously...
I'm so sorry, I didn't...
Odo's going to obviously shake his head, put like facepalm slightly, shake his head, gently grab Miss Veronica's hand, and slide a gold piece in it.
Oh, I didn't understand. Okay.
Wow.
She'll give her a high five again. Low five and put the money in it this time.
You see, Katya here kind of looks over like, oh, well, somebody knows the local customs at least. That's good. You said you're looking for Helene. I think I heard the name before. Passed through a few times. One of these folk that try to stay out of sight most day long and night long. Yeah. One of these, I keep hearing word crick, but more so one of the locals here. I might have seen her around. She runs with some pretty nasty people, but I don't know if I remember who. And she does the sort of same gesture again.
Ayla will give her 1 gold coin since that's what Odo taught her.
You like look to Odo, he nods, you look back and give a coin. You're getting into the hang of this. Right. You're a quick learner. That's good. Right, now that I think about it. I think there were some mentions of the old storage home. Further up by the northern corner wall. Right. There was a old building. Some of the folks that gathered there, not the nicest types. Not the most polite types. Some even say they are somewhat connected to those scary myriad folk, but I wouldn't know anything about that. Although I could be persuaded to remember, and she again smiles and gives the same sort of hand gesture.
And she'll give another gold, and she'll go, oh, what's a myriad?
What? So what was that?
What is a myriad?
She squints, sort of chuckles at you as if you're joking, and then looks to Odo. Odo also, this word means nothing to you.
No, but he will shake his head like he knows.
Yeah, she so chuckles, says, well, you are very new to town. Myriad's an old, scary tale for children. But if the rumors are believed to be true, then they're a dangerous group of cutthroats and smugglers who have been here as long as these walls have. And your friend Helene Well, she's been definitely spotted with them on a few occasions. After all, well, she doesn't seem like the kind to be a part of their little posse, but I don't suppose dark elf folk can find much safety in the Shimmer Ward or the Tangles or elsewhere in the city. Gotta make friends of necessity, I suppose.
That's a good point. Making friends is very important. So let's just say if you wanted to make a gift basket for people like the Myriad, what would you make for them?
She chuckles instead of laughs again, says, gift baskets, you are very precious, but I don't think they're gift basket kind of people. In fact, she sort of flips one of the coins you gave her before she sort of grabs it and tucks it away and says, I think they are much more supplyable to these same kinds of gifts of negotiation.
Oh, money. You know, money is so impersonal.
And yet, ever important. Now, unless you want another drink or a tall glass of water for your friend here, I think that is going to be it for your question. Unless you're interested in more of the sightseeing spots and touristy locations I can point you at. But that might also need to be something that, well, I need my memory jogged for.
Oh, no, thank you so much. You're very helpful.
Thank you. Every time you are in the area, please come visit.
Of course.
As you guys sort of exit here, she sort of smiles, gives you a little wave here. You guys exit outside and kind of take a look around. You see, this is sort of like a lower commons kind of a district. A lot of like poorer folk, like lower middle class type of people. Not full of like slums. It's not bad here, as bad as it is down in the Mosaic Ward. Here, a lot of the sort of like working folk that live. A lot of streets, not a lot of like cobblestone streets either. Like a few of them, sure, but most of it is like muddy dirt streets and such. As you guys kind of exit and look about, a few minutes pass as you guys are kind of walking through the city. Ayla, you clock someone following you guys. This person is really good at hiding, at stealthing, but you have a freakishly high passive perception. You turn immediately, you're tuned in elven senses here, a briefest minor bit of movement here. You hear amongst the cawing of the bird and the sort of hubbub of the city streets, a few sort of sounds of metallic sort of like clay shingles moving. You turn and look, and sure enough, up on the roof of one of the buildings, just jumping out of sight and disappearing, is a person up there. First, you like, maybe this is just someone like up on the roof or whatever. A few minutes later, you notice again a dark silhouette at the edge of a street, a person moving in a dark corner and such. Finally, I think you can give me a little perception roll to see if you get a better look at this person. Odo or Dodd, you have no idea. You're not noticing this at all. 25, even outdoing your passive perception here. Nice. Ayla, you spot what looks to be a probably human woman, female of some sort, draped in dark leathers. She wears a sort of mask, like kind of like a bandana across her sort of like nose and face and mouth. Hood over her sort of head here, intense look in her eyes as she is sort of moving and seemingly trailing you guys. You catch off of the morning sunlight a glint of steel, some sort of dagger or maybe scimitar at her hip. You also see a bandolier of all manner of vials filled with dangerous-looking liquids.
Dodd, we have someone following us. I'm going to. How far is this person?
They're like, depending, kind of back and forth, anywhere from like 30 to 90 feet away.
30 to 90 feet?
Something, right? Depending on time you like when you look over. They're always behind you, but depends how far.
She's gonna look like she's talking to Odo. I think there's someone following us. She's gonna use 2 sorcery points.
Okay.
She's gonna use distance spell and subtle spell, and she's gonna cast whole person.
Oh my god. Incredible. With a 25 perception here, you glance over, and this person needs to make a wisdom saving throw. What is your DC?
19.
19? Roll is 15. You see this person as they try to sort of move in between a few people here through the crowd, kind of trailing after you. Odo, we see this from your POV, right? We see Ayla moving around.
Who's that Pokemon?
Looks back. Yeah? Odo, you look back like, who? I don't see anyone. And then you see amongst the crowd a person. You hear someone go, huh? And you look as the crowd sort of clears, you see a person that is like in middle of walking, as they were like walking across the street. They have fully stopped, and their body slowly, like out of their control, as if like frozen in time, begins to kind of slowly tilt forward and then face plant onto the ground.
It looks like they need help. Let's go help them.
No, that's the person who's following us. We got to go.
I know. Well, let's go disarm them.
Oh, we could
you see
steal
some of the people,
from them.
Some of the people nearby, like, oh my goodness, are you all right? Are you well? As you see one of the person walks up to them and takes off their little face mask. When you see just sort of like a young woman in her sort of like mid-20s or something, she has these, they look kind of like scars and scrapings across her sort of chin from her lower lip down, but are instead some sort of like tattoos of what look to be like shark teeth or like jaws tattooed on her like lower jaw. As this person like, oh my god, is there anyone, a cleric, a medic, a priest?
I'm a cleric, don't worry, I will take care of it.
Oh my god, I don't know who this is. I was just walking by and they just sort of fell over. Can you do something? Can we take them to one of the temples?
Oh, we'll take them. She's gonna. This is my apprentice.
Do you know them?
No, but we'll take them. She's gonna try to lift them.
Give me easily. You can easily lift them here. But can you, as the crowd is sort of gathering, some of the guards might get interested in what's going on here. Can I get from the two of you guys a combined, and you guys have to agree on this, either, and this is gonna sound weird, so it's either persuasion roll to be like, don't worry people, this is a friend of ours, we're just gonna pick this person up like a log and walk with them, and that's not weird, or a sleight of hand roll. You're not like grabbing this person and stealing them away, but like no, we gotta do this fast, they're not well, we are just gonna do this very fast before anyone gets a chance to react. So persuasion or sleight of hand, but it has to be both.
It's both whatever you pick, because I have ones in both.
Let's go sleight of hand then.
Sleight of hand, okay. Yeah. Go ahead and give me both of you sleight of hand. We need an average roll. Your DC is 13. So we need a 13 and above on an average from both of you guys. And we walk away with this person before anyone realizes there's any reason for concern. Oh my goodness. Oh well.
I'm gonna re-roll that with.
You don't need to.
You don't re-roll. Don't re-roll.
You don't need to, right? Because we need an average of 13, and this is a 32 divided by 2 already is like 16, right? So we got it. We already got it. No need here. It's a combined average that we need. Right? So yeah, before they realize like, oh my god, this person, and you're like, no, I got him, I'll take care of him, I'll take him to the temple. You pick this person up, which by the way is still frozen. They were like halfway in motion of moving, so like one hand is forward, one is back, as you pick them up sideways, sort of like a plank, and just sort of walk off.
And while we're walking, Odo's disarming them and gonna try and
You take from this person 2 short swords, and Odo, as someone who has dealt with all manner of poisonous demons back in your forest home, unmistakably you see 5 vials of some sort of poison that they had on a bandolier that you can quickly kind of grab. Other than that, Odo, you can give me an investigation roll to see if they have any hidden weapons or anything like that. 18. You find a hidden dagger in a back, sort of like a back compartment of their boot. 2 scimitars and a dagger.
And 5 vials of potion. Okay, all right.
Oh, sorry, 2 short swords and a dagger.
Oh, that's
and 5 of these poison vials. You guys have exactly 1 minute, right, to do something with this person, as you have grabbed everything from them as they are fully, like, paralyzed at the moment. What do? You've captured a person. Where are you taking them in a minute?
We gotta put them somewhere. Are we gonna question them? Are we gonna run them away? What's going on?
Oh no, I think we just put them in the alley and leave them there and just run away.
Were they following us?
They were following us, but I mean, like, maybe we could tie them up or something. I mean,
Perhaps
I don't want to hurt
find
them.
out why they were following us, yeah?
Then I would have to remove the hold, and then, you know.
So, hold on. This is just daylight robbery?
Okay,
paralyze a person, take their stuff, and run away?
Are they human?
Yeah, they seem to be, sorry. Yeah, they are a human. They're a human woman in her, like, mid-20s or something. She has these nasty-looking, gnarly-looking tattoos on her lower jaw that are made to look like shark, like teeth or jaws, like a shark jaws type of thing. And looking them over briefly, you see a little kind of strange symbol on their body, on the side of their neck. They have a little marking, which, again, you guys don't know what you're looking at. It looks like a strange star, like a strange star with, like, multiple curved points to it. Very strange. You've never seen it before.
Does it look like anything on her arms, like how Alcina has, like any of those things in it?
Not so much, no. It looks like that, the symbol they have on the side of their neck.
So,
very small and hard to see, but you see it.
Let's quickly find an alley, bind them, and we can ask them questions and decide what to do from there. What do you think, Ayla? Or Veronica? Miss Veronica.
I mean, okay. I'm not good with questioning people. I was just going to tell them it's not good to follow people like that. The way you're following us. It's not very nice.
Oh, I think you're absolutely right. I don't want to hurt them either, but we should find out why they were following us, I think.
You see the eyes of this person, like, moving, looking at you guys, but their face is, like, locked in paralysis, trying to, like, they were just doing like a squinting, like, look. They're sort of stuck doing that.
Into an alleyway, out of sight. Yeah. And bind them.
Tie them up a little bit.
We'll put them in a comfortable position, though.
Excellent. You bind them up here best you can. A minute goes over as this person inhales. What the hell was that? Every muscle in my body was straining.
She has like that motherly finger pointing. Not very nice to, follow people in a very strange way.
By the way, to ask here, Ayla, when it comes to, like, hold person, which is a powerful spell because paralyzation is very powerful magic, what kind of flavor does your paralyzing magic have? Is this just, like, magic that sort of, like, time stops your body and you can't move? Or is it, like, paralysis in a sense of, like, every single muscle in your body flexes so hard that your body fully, like, paralyzes itself and you cannot move for a moment?
No, she wouldn't want to do anything painful.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be like a frozen in place, but not in a painful way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They immediately, like, sort of emerge from it and shake their head, try to fight against the ropes here, and they stop as they see both of you, like, armed and dangerous here. Says, very clever. Didn't think anyone in the city could notice me, but
yeah, we're good at that.
For someone who just came into the city, you're very well aware of your surroundings.
I mean, I just like to look at the people. I notice a lot of people.
What is your business with us?
With you, well, until a few moments ago, nothing too much. We thought you were with that antiques dealer, just the person we'd like to keep tabs on. People with magical goodies are always good to keep tabs tabs on, but you became a lot more interesting a few moments ago when you started asking, about wrong people,
Wait, you were in the tavern with us?
Well, doesn't matter, What do you want, Gold, jewels, Let me just let you know before you start making threats, I have a lot of friends, each of which more than happy, to find an excuse, to kill and torture,
Oh my
So don't
goodness.
think, so don't think you can threaten me, with violence.
Oh, that's fine.
Violence.
And as Oda's talking, yeah, that's fine. He's pouring out one of the vials poison, just pouring it out in front of them. I don't think I like the way this person talks.
What is
She
that?
scouts
Is that expensive?
You see the poison hit the ground, immediately dark puffs of smoke begin to emerge, the grass immediately begins to, like, wilt and die away from it. She's like, moron, that thing is worth more than your whole existence.
He pulls the second one out of the bandolier, opens it.
Okay.
What's your name?
I'm not telling you anything, scum. And then you start, like, about to, like, pour it out, like, wait. It took me a 2-month salary to get to those.
Okay, so you're kind of poor. I get it. Must be
Poor? That's wyvern poison, idiot. That thing will take down an elephant.
Does Oda know what that is?
You know of wyvern. You know wyverns are sort of like, it's sort of the thing that Varen rides in battle. Not exactly, that's like a subtype of it. He rides a dragonel, but it's sort of a kind of a wyvern. Wyverns are just sort of like demi-dragon, dragon-like, draconic creatures that have a very powerful, like, stinger, and a pretty powerful poison in the stinger. So it's, I don't think you're an expert with poisons and such, but you know it's probably one of the more powerful poisons. Pretty expensive, yeah. No.
He's gonna start pouring it out very slowly as he's walking towards her. Not too fast, not too
like drops, drops of drop.
Yeah, this seems kind of weird. Why don't you just tell us your name, what you're doing, why you're interested in us, and what your interest is in the antiques dealer.
I told you, stop spilling it. Okay. Stop spilling it,
You spill it, I'll stop. How's that?
Okay. Like I said, the tall lady, she's someone that the bosses like to keep an eye out. Any of these people that deal with magic items, we like to keep an eye out. Don't know much about them. I just know that they sometimes show up with a bag of magical swords or armors and such. Things we like to get our hands on.
Yeah, but we're not with them. Like, they're not here with us.
You came in with them.
Okay.
And then, imagine my surprise when you start asking back at the bar about Helene. Someone who's, well...
You know about Helene, huh?
She immediately sort of narrows her eyes and says, I've said all I was going to say. Now let me go.
What's that cool tattoo on your neck? That's very nice.
What?
That tattoo on your neck.
She looks at it, sort of looks sideways and looks to you and says, well, not as stupid as you look. You know who you're dealing with. What's the matter? Scared now?
And I really don't know what the hell it is. I'm asking you, what is it? It's very nice.
Playing a fool. You won't trick me.
I'm not playing anything. I really don't know what it is. It looks like a starfish. Are you like part of a starfish group?
What?
Are you from the Menazri Cove?
No, what? No, what? Who are you people?
Oh, it's cool. The Starfish Group. I want to be part of it.
That's kind of an interesting name, Starfish Group. So we've got
That's
this
not
person.
our name. That's not our name.
Meeting
so
of the
nice.
Starfish Group. Okay. All right.
I'm
Veronica,
gonna.
we got this.
If I. Okay. All right.
I feel so sorry for this woman.
I am a part of a deadly group. I have a lot of friends, and those friends, when they notice and find out I was fucked with, they're gonna want to know whose tongue and fingers they'll be promptly removing from their bodies. So let's not make my friends all rowdy and upset, and me miss my little shift reports, and all go our separate little ways and never see each other again. And for my name, you can call me. You can
Angry
call me
Starfish.
I'm sorry. What was it? I didn't hear that, Jay.
She didn't manage to say. She says, and for my name, you can call me Jane. Jane Smith.
All right. I think we've used up our time here. Ayla, Veronica, what do you think?
All right.
You wouldn't say Ayla.
The angry starfish is not really fun.
So my name.
All right.
Look, I don't want to. We have no time to have curious as to why you call me.
This person says, "All right, that's it. I've had it with," and she stops and looks a little wide-eyed, like, "What the fuck?" As she looks like sort of past you guys, and you look sideways, and you see sort of like out of Dodd's pocket, like side of his hip, 5 snake heads animate as we see the whip like stand up, and you hear it. You smack him. You hear it here say, and you like hear it here. Ayla as well says, "Master, this one has seen our faces. Should we not eliminate them? The threat remains as long as they draw breath. The venom they use, a poor imitation of our true blessing. Let us silence them for you, Master." This person just looks horrified, like, "Oh my god, what the fuck?" As this whip, 5-headed whip, sort of like, "Assa, assa."
Well, Miss Veronica, I think it's time for us to take our leave here. Jane Smith of the Starfish Club here.
That's
Odo is going to cork the vial that he has open, put it back in the bandolier, toss them their weapons and their coils of poison, their vials of poison, put in front of them, look at them. Well, you see, we're going to tell our friend you're interested. And I always love a challenge. Now we know what to look for. So, you can give it a shot, but you won't succeed. Give it your best. I'll see you later.
She sort of narrows her eyes, angrily looking at you, as if about to say, like, "Oh, I will, you can count on it." And then we see the 5 snakes of the whip, like, "Hi-yassa!" Hiss, and she just like looks like, oh god, doesn't want any of it.
Hi, Jane. It was nice to meet you, and I love your starfish.
I'm tiny. You didn't.
You fucking. Sure. She'll lightly loosen it a little bit. I can't completely untie you, because you're gonna follow us. But I don't want to leave you here like this. So she will lightly. I'm sure you can do it.
She's so nice, isn't she?
She'll put the dagger in her mouth. Here, you can cut it. All right.
I hate you.
I hate you. I love your tattoo.
I hate both of you.
Amazing.
I hate.
Hi, Jane.
You fucking suck. As you leave the fucking you leave the alleyway here as this would be like myriad thug is trying to sort of like unleash themselves, free themselves. We meet back in the Shimmer Ward with the rest of the party exiting, picking up some of their new like magic items. You guys see the wonderful city around you here. As you exit, you see you walk for a little bit here until you run into Dodd. You run into Dodd and Veronica here. You guys reunite.
Oh man, guys, it was crazy. How was your shopping?
I managed to get a couple of things. Not too bad though. How about you? Did you manage
Oh
to
my
meet up
God.
with Helene?
Ayla.
Oh, what's that in your hands?
Look! And then she'll put her hands out.
I thought you didn't have any money.
And then she looks over at Alcina lovingly.
Oh, Alondra, how expensive was that?
She'll
was a
bat
bit,
her
but
eyes.
that's hardly.
If I may interrupt for
What?
just a moment for something
Oh
kind
yes, I
of pressing.
forgot about Jane. About Jane. Yes, I'm sorry.
Jane.
Jane of the Starfish Club.
Starfish.
She had this starfish tattoo on her neck. It was like squarey lines, and she was watching Alcina, Alcina's not Kara here. Alcina,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
and she says she likes to watch you because you have magic items. And she was following us.
Alcina, this is a real world comparison of your friend telling you they had the funniest looking cartel symbols on them. It was so funny. Yeah?
She'll
right?
draw it. She'll draw it in her book.
Yeah, you see the symbol of the myriad. Huh?
It's a starfish club. What
Oh,
they're part
it's
of.
the myriad.
Oh.
Gods above.
Oh, that's what that lady was telling us at the bar. Oh.
So, you You just apprehended a member of the myriad.
Did you?
Well,
No,
Did
you
you
let him go.
eliminate them?
no, why would
You
we kill
what?
someone like that? They were part of a starfish club. We didn't know what a myriad is.
I look up at Alcina. We're in trouble.
Well, her name was Jane, and we didn't hurt her. We just wanted to know why she was
Did you at
following
least
What's
us.
have
her
the
full
wherewithal
name?
to blindfold her?
What? Why would we blindfold her?
So she saw your faces, and you let her.
Did she have a last name?
She was following us this whole time. She didn't
She
know
already
who we
knew
looked
our
like.
faces before we got a hold of her.
So you confronted her.
Well, we
I can
wanted
see
to
your
ask-
faces
we wanted to
and
ask why she was
hear your
following us.
voices. Okay. Well, usually people are following you because they're up to no good. It's
Oh.
not wise to grab people and seemingly, apparently interrogate them and then let them go.
Well, we weren't going to kill Tom. I mean, we don't do things
should
like
have.
that. What? I'm not going to kill some person because they're following us.
The
In
myriad.
this instance,
are crying-
I'm
I look.
I'm
I
with
kind of
him.
look around. I look around to make sure like no one's like catching in our conversation.
No, the people are just looking like, oh look, a tiefling. Yeah, how unique. But that's about it. Best you can tell, no one's listening in.
I say in a harsh but hushed tone. The myriad are a crime syndicate here in Wildemount.
I don't know
Primarily-
that. How am I
primi-
supposed to know
prim-
that?
Aren't you from
Try-
here? Aren't you from here?
No,
Primarily dealing in blackmail and slavery.
we don't have the myriad over in the north. We don't even really have lots of outside people come in. It's like 90% elves there.
They are everywhere.
Not in my town, not that I know of.
That means they're
That's-
doing a good job of hiding themselves.
Well, regardless,
Yes,
they already
let's
know
go.
who we are. And they're
She
cut
She was
loose.
very nice. Her name was Jane. She was very
In
wonderful.
what?
That was
Jane
obviously
Smith.
a lie.
Alondra, it's the hearing of James Swift will just facepalm. Have you ever heard of John Doe James Smith? It's
No.
a nothing name.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm getting off track. You went all went to look for Helene, our contact.
Yes. And
then,
she's hanging out with these people, the myriad. That's why, I mean, she said that she hangs out with the myriad. I didn't know who they were.
So the myriad are good.
I don't know. She
Yeah, no-
tells her where they told her it is in the north old storage home north corner wall.
They sure like their poisons, though.
Yeah, they have a good amount of assassins in their employ, so I would certainly expect them to.
You might want to start checking your food and drinks before you imbibe.
I will remind you guys, you do have your disguise magic items. You could just walk into a room and pick a new disguise and look like a different person, right?
I don't have to now.
Yeah. If identity is the issue here, realize like, oh, we can just switch those. We have the advantage of being able to switch those whenever.
But if
said they
Helene is
were-
with the myriad, then Jane would know us and let us in.
You said they were
Her name is not
interested in me.
Jane. They seemed so. They were following you.
Did they say what
Yes.
for?
They said because you have lots of magic items and they like to keep tabs on people like that.
That means rob them, kill them, and take their stuff to resell or use for themselves, usually.
I mean, that's not what they said. They said they just like to keep tabs on you. I don't know what that means.
And I look over to Alcina. We really need to figure where we're going to go and find a place to spend for the evening, because this is getting extremely dangerous.
Glad you asked. I have
and a lot more complicated.
We get to see your home?
Let's see that we rent an inn. At least my home I know is secure and I have a key.
Show me around. I want to see it. I want to see it.
Do you think it's good for us to be there since they're trying to track you? And
hey, we know they're coming now.
Yeah, but then we're tracking her to her home and she has a lot of things there. What if they rob her home?
I'd love to actually keep my stuff at my home. My home is my home.
What is your home, Alcina?
Not here. It's a house.
Do they have anything good in this shop?
They had a flying carpet?
Oh. She'll run in and grab one.
Excellent. When you
I
come
want
out,
it really purple. It needs to be
excellent.
purple.
I was gonna say, when you come out and open it up for everyone to see, what is the artistic motif on it? Like, what's the appearance that is on the carpet? What is the appearance of it at all? What color? Everything.
It's purple with lots of silver moons all over it, different types of moons.
Hell
Isn't it
yes.
so cool? Look at it.
You hop on your carpet and easily, with a singular word, which I've let you decide, Jen, what is the magic word that Ayla uses to animate this thing? You now have a flying speed of 60, and that you can just sort of levitate on this thing whenever you feel like it.
It's just a luna, like the moon, and then it'll start floating.
Yeah, it floats on up very slowly here. Some people begin to sort of look over and they kind of see the magic shop there, and you see a few people kind of swarm into the magic shop, seeing some cool magic that is happening in front of it. Hell yes, you feel a light sort of breeze that blows past you here as you lift your magical carpet ready for use.
Well, that's
Now, if we need to go somewhere and you don't have to spend, spells for flying.
Can hold all of us?
It says, I mean, I don't think you're very heavy. There's a
400
lot
pounds
me.
total.
I thought it says 600.
Let me take a look. I know one is 600, one is 400.
Oh, you're right. It is 400.
Yeah.
I don't think we are very heavy, so it might be.
I am over half that.
You weigh 200 pounds?
No, I weigh 190, and then I have all my equipment.
Have you seen all that muscle? It's quite impressive.
Do you know where we can get poisons? And she's gonna whisper to Alcina.
Yes, I know where you can get poisons.
I feel bad, although Dodd over here kind of got rid of Jane's poison, and she was very upset. And
what
so
do you
worry about
poison
her.
for?
She will be able to get more of what she has.
It was kind of mean, she said it was very expensive.
I'm just gonna take Ayla by the hand, hold it, take her hand, hold it up like that, like when you're cradling somebody that has the best intentions, but you're about to sweet summer child them. Look, you are an innocent, somewhat naive, very caring individual. Okay, but what I need you to understand is that what we are doing, you are going to upset, hurt, and potentially be the cause of death for a great deal of people. Okay? Do not worry about a vial of poison for somebody that would sooner stab you in the back than help you. Okay, it's just a vial of poison. And think about it this way: Dodd saved somebody's life by dumping it into the street. That is one less person she would be able to poison with it.
I guess she seemed very nice though.
Oh, I'm sure she seemed absolutely sweet as sugar and everything, the whole 9 yards.
Nah, she wasn't. Not really. She wasn't a threat.
Either way. Point is, she's more likely to kill you than actually be your friend. Don't worry about it.
All right, I guess.
It's okay, Miss Veronica. We got this.
She's gonna lay down on her carpet. Okay, just say where to go. I'm going to lay here.
It's in the middle of the street.
Not use the flying carpet in the middle of the city when trying to keep low profile.
And you guys were telling me not to be a.
Who's that Pokemon?
Well, I thought it just in case somebody goes down, I can have the carpet pick them up and then I can heal them. That's why I got it.
It's a great idea. Maybe put it away before we go walking through the rest of the city. People don't just gallivant about with that kind of stuff on full display.
Could it fit in my bag? I don't know if anything will happen to it if I put it in my bag of holding.
Yeah,
Just
it can
roll
fit.
it up and,
You
carry it on
fold it
along.
up and in it goes, so it's fine.
Okay.
But yeah. As yes, Ayla, you excited to look, my awesome new carpet. Everyone's like, no, put it away. You have to sort of stash it away as you guys make your way, I imagine, to Alcina's home to get some rest. When we find ourselves in Alcina's home, what kind of a place do we see? What does the house look like?
It is a modest little, 3-story home. It has a kind of like, if you're all familiar with a Tudor style house, it's a very German-esque look to it, anyways. It's like that sort of plaster-esque looking outside walls, wood framing and trim, and there's in German fashion, there's little flowers and shit painted on it and everything. It's got very kind of vibrant yellow trim on it, and some really nice little bay windows that kind of overlook a little bit of grass. She has a portion of a yard, which in a city like this, that's saying something.
Yeah. Where do you think in the city she is located? What part of the city?
I'll say she's probably over in the Tangles. One of the nicer areas.
Tangles? I will say the Tangles, by the way, is a sort of religious area. It's where a lot of temples are located and stuff like that.
She's kind of a religious person.
Yeah. No, I mean that would be your kind of neighborhood. A lot of temples and stuff like that. But yeah. You guys find this little home. You enter on in. It is a peaceful little sanctuary here. Although, I guess we haven't explored this before, but does Alcina live with someone, or do we find a thin layer of dust over everything? Yeah.
There is mostly a thin layer of dust. When she you can see that there has been foot traffic. People have been here. There is dust where it has settled. Just because of you get the sense that the people that do live here are very transient anyways. And so the home is, while it is hers, she's probably not the only one. There is a couple on a peg where there's some cloaks and stuff hanging for colder weather. There is a cloak that's a bit too large for somebody else in a size, and one that's a bit too small. And then there is one that's middle size that you can guess is probably hers. And there's some colder weather boots and gear and stuff there that kind of follows that same suit of the winter clothes, you just kind of shoved away. heavier dust in some areas. You can see it's thinner, like so traffic has kind of come in and out, but not in like any like major period of time. So it's been a while since someone has been here.
Yeah.
Kind of opens it up. There's some extra rooms up top. And she looks to Alondra. Mine is on the second floor at the end of the hallway to the right, if you want to put your stuff in there. There are 2 more, though, on the second floor that go off on the other side. Those 2 rooms are off limits, so I wouldn't bother with those. Not because I have anything hidden there, but because they belong to 2 people that I stay with. That stay with me.
Who else stays here?
That would be my 2 companions, friends, Giselle and Gaius. They're like me, they travel a lot, so may not see them depending. They're sorry, not Giselle, Cassandra. I definitely didn't mix up those names. Yeah. But they it's just their personal spot where they come when they are in town.
You haven't mentioned them before. I need to hear all about them.
She just kind of like points to her left arm and leaves it at that. So, kitchen on this floor too, dining room, food. We keep some like basically like jarred and canned things in there. Nothing like crazy fresh, but stuff that is still edible and not laden in salt. And library. We do have a library too.
Oh.
But most importantly, the beds are clean. Maybe just a touch dusty, but clean.
Okay, I'm going to go check it out, and then she's going to run through every single room except the one she told me.
Yeah, you run on through. It's quite nice. It's quite spacious here. A lot of like storage space here. Some of the rooms that you presume like these like like roommates. You see like weaponry left around. I mean, like not obviously just like on the bed or anything like that, but like mounted on the wall and displayed, almost like trophies of kind. You kind of walk onto the house here. Every 20-30 minutes or something, you guys hear like ringing of a bell of another church. There's quite a few churches and temples in this district here. Sometimes even you can kind of hear distant chanting, sort of like religious sermon going on through the streets. But yeah. As you guys spend a little bit of time here, you realize like, okay, well, we have some sort of clues of where to go next. Should we go looking immediately? Apparently our friends ran into some myriad people of all things, and this Helene person might be also somehow involved with them. Or should we maybe lay low for a day or 2? Let the thing sort of settle, let us be sort of forgotten about, and then go investigating more.
Definitely think a little bit of time laying low is in order. And she says this as she's like putting stuff on the dinner table. She's put a map down, she's put out drinks, she's put out some food.
Babe, I'm a performer, a chameleon, and then I'll switch between like 4 different disguises.
Each of which more exotic and extravagant.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't waste any time. The more time we waste, the less chance he has.
You see, sort of, I think Ayla instinctively kind of holds onto that amulet that was given to her by Essek.
I understand that. But if you push at the wrong times. If you run, you should probably take a gentle walk.
Says you, because your significant other is not trapped in a prison.
No, my significant other isn't trapped in a prison, but I've had to deal with similar situations before.
We were told to come here to meet Helene.
Yes, I know, and that was under the assumption that you weren't tipping off the myriad. So,
but they're with.
So we can just change the way we look and go. What's the big deal? You have to change the way you look because they're constantly looking for you. You were the reason why they started to follow us in the first place.
And you could have left it at that, but you didn't.
All right, I'm hearing a little tension in the room. Let's just have dinner.
Regardless,
and talk like people.
If whatever this myriad is, they know we have interest in Helene, and Helene is with them. So if they're going to do something with them, we should move fast.
She's a known contact of the dynasty. If she's working with Myriad, that is her cover. And I looked at Talion. That's safe to assume, right?
Looks like it.
Cover that has obviously served the dynasty well. Pushing in an instance like this could blow that for her. Giving some time, a day at most, for some stuff to settle before you go looking again. It allows her to vet the situation a little bit. You know, it allows for some heat, if any, to subside. It allows for tempers. Because I can guarantee you that Jade in person is probably not very happy. Can let some stuff settle there as well.
From what you described, it sounds like you both humiliated her.
We didn't humiliate her. I was just trying to find out why she was following us.
And
I did apologize to her and I gave her a dagger so she can get out quickly.
Oh, this is too funny.
And I gave her many compliments of how wonderful her tattoo was.
Sure,
Which I thought was a starfish because I didn't understand what it was.
Yeah, we are sort of on a crossroads here, friends. What should we do? Should we just change this? Which I will mention, the disguises you can change daily, so you can't change it today because you already used it today, right? The item is used once per day to make you disguised as another appearance for 24 hours. Then you use it again the following day. So you used it already today. Today you gotta look the way you're looking right now. Tomorrow you can change your appearance.
What better disguised than polymorph?
A bunch of raccoons raiding the Myriad stronghold. Yeah, so what do we think then? Should we wait at least until tomorrow to change our disguises to go looking? Or, yeah, like Alcina sort of suggesting, might not be a bad idea to just lay low for a few days. But then again, or a day,
yeah, I
sure.
think a day is fine. I am with that.
It seems that Talion and Alcina have experience in these matters, so perhaps we do rest for the night. You know, Ayla, we might have caused some stuff. Maybe a night rest would behoove us. But a night's rest, not an all-day rest. We should leave it in the morning.
Well, since it is Talion's contact he was assigned to, it is his call ultimately.
If you're okay with it, Ayla, I think we should rest here for the evening, recover to situate ourselves, and then we'll pursue the information you and Odo acquired today.
She's gonna get up because she's not eating. I want you to also understand, if he dies because I decided to follow your decision, I will never forgive any of you. Do you understand? And you will never, ever, ever be my friend ever again. And she will get up and leave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You guys see, obviously, you see Ayla feels very deeply, and a bit of a moment of tension and silence as you kind of share a few looks amongst the table here. The rest of the evening goes by quickly enough, and eventually, you guys sat down to get a long rest. That night, however.
Actually, DM.
Yes.
I would like to sneak out.
Who's that Pokemon?
Yeah, easily enough. Like a rogue in the night, you disappear. Where are you off to?
The mud top board, heading to the cryptic collections.
Excellent. You make your way through the night. In the mud top ward, there's a small little, like a magic shop turned into a little like a dive bar, kind of like a restaurant-y place for very like lower common class here. As you make your way through the dark, shady streets, we see you walking in a little dark alleyway behind the main entrance of the building. There, two individuals leaning up against some of the walls kind of look you over for a moment. They show you what looks to be a strange symbol on the side of their neck, one that you are very familiar with. These are your people.
Do I see Merrick?
You look amongst them, you do not, but they gesture for you to go inside.
I nod and I'll enter.
Yeah.
You walk on in, and as you sort of step inside, you see a half-elven man sitting at a table, one sort of dim lit, sort of like a little candle off to the side, as he is currently playing with what looks to be two daggers that he's sort of spinning in between his fingers and such, before he kind of stabs him into the table and looks over. A not old, but somewhat older than you gentlemen. You see Merrick here, Merrick Blackthorn, a friend of sorts of yours. He smiles and sort of looks up to you. He stands up, walks over. He grabs you sort of by the shoulders and says, "Let me look you over. Good work out there, kids. Good to see you're alive."
Thank you, mentor.
He sort of taps you on the cheek a few times, says, "Sit. A few things we gotta talk about. Let's make it quick, too."
Same here. I've got to get back to my companions.
Right. They sent you over here, which means things are moving. Things have been moving on this side as well. Where it's come from up high, that, well, you must have heard about it recently. This rebellion happening here might be externally influenced. But that's less so your assignment. That's something that we've been keeping an eye on, and the rest of the Woolstruckers have been particularly interested in. Something strange is going on. All manner of religious lunatics and zealots have been spotted talking about some sort of an event. There's been some talks of something called the Grand Arrival here. and it's connected somehow to this rebellion. You yourself, however, you've done a hell of a job, kid. It's good to see you back here, but see that look on your face. You're deep, pretty damn deep.
I've been there for almost a year now. Actually, exactly a year.
Your work's been splendid, sir. We'll owe you a great favor of sorts, I suppose, but I know that you didn't just go for your duty. I know you long enough to have a suspicion that you had some personal reasons to go as well.
I found my first lead. I'll pursue it after this mission, though. I'm hoping maybe you could help me out, and possibly Oliver as well.
How so? Whatever you need.
I'm sure word has gone back to Oliver about the Volstruckers' attack on the capital in Rosona.
Yeah, we heard about that. Quite a nasty business. If it didn't, if the event about a year ago in Asarius didn't stoke the flames, this surely set fuel to the fire, unlike we've seen before. The whole country's up in arms, believing that we are at the verge of victory. But well, couldn't be anywhere further from the truth. If anything, I think we just pissed the dynasty off.
Yeah, based on what I saw from the attack, they captured a high-value target in the dynasty, the General Thalos. But I don't think that was their actual target. Their actual target was Shadowhand Essek Thalos, his brother.
You seem to narrow his eyes and kind of think on this. Interesting. Something's going on.
I've been tasked by the Shadowhand to rescue his brother from the Scourgers.
I suppose this is no welcome home for you then. Well, keep doing as you're doing now. The work you've done so far has been instrumental in keeping tabs on what's going on. There's no reason to change course of action. In fact, this might actually work out for us. The Wolstrucker wanted one of the Thalos brothers. Well, it couldn't have been for something that benefits our great country.
Something else is bothering me as well.
Yes?
I can't confirm or deny it, but I'm pretty sure Shadowhand Essek knows what I am. And yet he hasn't ousted me.
Interesting, Another, fun enough, this sort of lines up with a theory I've heard from Oliver, Something he mentioned about possibly these previous attempts and such, at the Queen's life and those damned beacons that started all of this, mentioned that there must be some rotten apples on that side of the mountains as well. Man on the inside. Possibly even an archmage.
Well, from what I witnessed, the Volstruckers have struck deals with betrayer god followers, cult fanatics. So at this point, I doubt nothing is below their morality.
I will also, as a reminder, more so to Will here, because it's been months and months since this actually happened. He, of course, would very much remember. You've heard that phrase before when he said some cultists talking about the grand arrival. You immediately think to yourself, like, I've heard that before. Where did I hear that before? That's right. Before we went to attack Doomeran, and we stopped it. Yes, well, before we went to Doomeran, all of these Dark Elves were talking about the grand arrival. The grand arrival, some great ceremony about to take place. The grand arrival, her grace, her power will be ours. The grand arrival. And you guys went in, you killed the head matron, and you sort of stopped the whole thing and got like flung into the fucking portal because of it and stuff like that. But you like stopped. And now it's been like a year since then. And now, apparently, he's mentioned, sort of briefly here, there's been some words of the grand arrival on this side of the mountains. Right. Well, I suppose nothing changes so far, I must say, kiddo. I'm impressed. You're nothing like the scared, choiceless, or left without choice runt we picked up all those years ago. I'm very proud.
I owe you guys a lot. It's a debt I'll never be able to pay back, but I'll try.
Oh, come now. You have very much so done that. Your work, your dedication. Don't think that me and the others haven't noticed. Keep this up, and we might be on the track to discover and possibly even dismantle some section of the Wolfstrucker's force. The king and country, thank you for your work.
Before I go, this grand arrival you're talking about.
Right, some
Any
praised mumblings. Oh yes, go.
When I was in Jorhas, it was the followers of the Spider Queen chanting about the grand arrival. Any groups, and do you think this Julius Rebellion has ties to that?
Well, I don't know anything about betrayer gods, but there's been some of the rumors going on. There's ever since the war started, there's been sort of commotion and talks about discomfort, displeasure, people raising their voices. War is tough times. War means your sons and daughters are taken from you to go fight in something that you barely understand, nevertheless believe in. So of course, people are not going to be happy. Nobody wants a war, but we must have one. The southern borders of the Empire have become sort of a hot zone for many of these free speakers, these liberators, as they call themselves. And a lot of them have taken not to religious chantings, but to history books, talking about the Julius Dominion, the kingdom that existed before, to the south, before it was absorbed by the Empire into one. The new Julius Republic is some of the names that have been mentioned. Some of the people. Speaking of opportunity, riots, some minor riots is a dash that happened some time ago, as well as there was an occasion further down in the Marrow Valley, a small little town of Trustenwall, the southernmost town. Some of the militia were overtaken by a group of these rebels, as they call themselves, these liberators. And there was some mentions amongst them there. Information came through that some of them were talking or maybe connected to someone who was talking about something called the Grand Arrival. A lot of the people here assume that this grand arrival was the grand arrival of their new queen, as they would probably want to see her coronated. Have you heard the name before of? Have you heard of the last name Truscan before? Talion, you certainly did. It's there's a large section of the empire, this one sort of large part of it, called the Truscan Vale. The Truscans are a noble family, one of the most powerful noble families that were sort of like big, massive, politically influential people during the Julius Dominion, but after it fell, they sort of became the kind of second in command people in the empire. In fact, even the right hand to the king is a person called the Prime Arbiter, Sindok Truscan. Prime Arbiter meaning he's like the head of the guards in the country, right? He's like the Grand Marshal of the guards. He says, to the great shame of the...
Who's that Pokemon?
It is his daughter that has been apparently the face of this rebellion. Her name is Renee Truscan, and she has been quite a stain on the king's right hand's rap sheets.
Like takes a moment to think it over. This could cause problems not just for the empire, but for the dynasty as well.
For the dynasty, I would imagine they would jump at the opportunity at inner unrest in the empire.
Like we did at the Doomeran's campaign?
Well, that was very opportune.
It was necessary.
It was necessary, although the attack on Asarius, I'm certain you're already aware, but that wasn't us.
Insight check?
I don't think you need to. This is a person you can trust, right? This is not a person that has previously like hidden information from some of you. I think you automatically succeed all insight checks against this person, right? He says that was not us. That was it was not the kingdom's army and forces acting like we did at the garrison. That was the Volstruckers. I'm not certain how they knew when it was time to strike, but as we did, they too, however, acted a lot more violent. Yeah, they don't. They've never cared for the balance aspect of what we do. Violence and fire do get results. Which, well, definitely antagonized the dynasty. It's only a matter of time until their armies begin to push across the Broken Vale Marsh in towards Blade Garden, and then even Hupperduk.
Ian interlaces his fingers and takes a moment to ask the question. Have you heard anything from Reinhardt?
He sort of gives you this kind of somewhat saddened, kind of heavy, like saddened look and says, yeah, he's doing well. Good for himself. Ever since he's sort of switched sides, I suppose. He has been spotted as a personal entourage of some of the big players. It's It's currently in our information that the Archmage of Civic Influence, Trent Ikathon, has him as one of his retainers of sorts, a close guard.
Talian's like hand begins to like turn even whiter and red as he like clenches his fist very hard.
I'm sorry, kiddo. I know you two were close.
I don't blame him. We both decided to take different paths. It's good catching up with you, mentor. I have to head back.
Of course. Hey, like I said, he sort of like clasps you on the side of the face, says, "Good work. You have saved numerous lives, and well, this is war. We have no time to ask of what is right or wrong. We must only do what feels right for the good of our people. So, keep up this mission you have, and let us know if anything drastic happens. I know you said you're here looking for this Thalis, but it's a little dangerous being here in the city, yeah? I doubt that anyone has noted. I know your skills. I know it's unlikely anyone has noticed why or figured out why you're here, but still, best try to stay out of sight.
You know me. I was taught by the best.
Right. Until next time, huh?
Next time, drinks are on me.
He picks up his dagger, continues to sort of play, sort of you see him sort of like switching it and flipping it between his fingers and such as he opens up another piece of paper, lights a cigarette, and just sort of starts reading it over. You exit, they immediately start to pack it up and disappear as if never here. You return later in the night through a window on the second floor there without anyone noticing. All right, excellent. Friends, as you all go to sleep that night, not all sleep is as peaceful as we can hope. Alondra. In your trance that night, you have a horrible dream. You feel yourself stir in your sleep. Your eyes slowly open. You feel something. It's like you're aware you're dreaming. This lucid sense of tangibility and yet shrouded in imagination. You feel yourself sort of extended, kind of arms out to the side, floating in empty space. Your eyes slowly open and you see a red sky above. You slowly twist and kind of turn, and everywhere you see is a shade of dark red. A pale crimson color that engulfs every aspect of your vision. And then you feel something, like a twitch or like a poke, like something pinches you. You feel a numbing sensation. First, you sort of your calves and your legs, and then slowly up your body. As you kind of turn your head to look down, and then you see it. A horrifying, set of mandibles. That of a vast spider. larger than you've ever seen before. These horrible demonic spider mandibles are in the process of attempting to crunch down onto your legs and are attempting to swallow you whole. The venom from the fangs embedding into you, tantalizing and dazing. As you see red eyes of this massive spider that look up to you. A voice that comes through from all directions, and yet as loud and as quiet as a roar of a thunder and a whisper all at the same time. It's all you can hear and think about. Virulent venom, web of weaving vitriol. You stand in our path. The red wave comes soon. You have delayed nothing. You have stopped nothing. The weapon you wield is mockery, a sham. It is an aspect of us, and you have stolen it. The voice begins to morph from a horrifying, demonic, giant arachnid to a smooth, elven woman's voice. This is punishment for those who stand in the path of the red mist. The wave comes and washes away. Blood is all that shall remain. I have taken all from you before, and I shall take all that is rest, all that is left, should you not return my blades. I will give you one chance. Soon, should you refuse, well, your brother first, your friends next, and for the last one, the one that shares your bed now, you will watch her succumb. You will watch her fall. You will watch her betray you. Betrayal so sweet. Mistake this not for a warning. This is your final chance.
Do I have agency at all, or
you have the ability to react or speak in any way, with the understanding that your body is partially being swallowed in this dream state by a gigantic demonic loaf-like spider.
Cast Eladris Astonishing Aura.
Oh my god, incredible! As you unleash your weapon against the red mist, you thrust your hands out, and in this moment, as you scream out, a blast wave of sort of musical energy explodes from you as this spider screams loudly and is vanished and dispelled as you shoot up in the middle of your trance dream here, waking up Alcina, who's like sleeping right next to you here, as you shoot up in your dream here. Alcina, you wake up holding the accursed rapier in your hands. You are standing next to the bed currently, and you see that you have carved a pentagram whose middle section consists of a 8-pointed legs and a body of a spider that you have in your dream, in your sleep, carved into the floor.
I did, or she did?
No, not you. Sorry.
Okay,
Alcina, you wake up. Alcina, you wake up and look to the side, and you see that Alondra is standing in the middle of the room in her like nightgown, having and beneath her, she's standing in the middle of it. Basically, is like a big demonic summoning circle with a symbol of a spider at its center, and she is pretty much in her like nightgown, holding the rapier of evil.
And she like snaps awake, and she immediately backs up, and she'll like see the circle and firebolt it away.
You blast into it, and you watch what you thought were lines crafted and drawn in some dark black chalk. Instead, are multiple hundreds, if not thousands, of tiny spiders that all begin to flee towards the windows and under the bed and such before you burn them away with your magic.
I kind of like trembling, holding the blade. I like kind of just drop it for a second, and then I just kind of like curl up in the fetal position and start crying a little bit.
There's initial like shock about like her floor being set on fire, but then that's just kind of like falls to the side and like seeing how she did, like I'll see her get out of bed and like doesn't like even like hesitate, like just kind of like picks her up and like wraps her one arm around her. Everything all right?
She was in my dream. Loth. She wants it back, and she says, the red mist, the red wave, it's coming. It's going to consume everything like it did before. I got to kill her, you know. I have to go to the Feywild at some point. I know where she is.
Who's that
I have
Pokemon?
time to stop her at some point. So I've been working on this last year, this spell, to protect us, to fight this.
Well, I certainly think that anybody could. You. But I would not be telling the truth if I was not concerned with you carrying that, and that you have.
Yeah, I know. You know, I used to not care. I used to think any price was okay. A price I was willing to pay if it meant my mission was complete. Because honestly, and she'll kind of like look up at Alcina. So I didn't know love. I didn't feel the way I do about you or about our friends. It's scary. I don't know if I can just give up some of these things that I now know in the same way that I did before.
Everybody has at least one instance of their life, a moment where they're willing to pay any price, I think, because they don't understand what it means to truly pay such a price. There's always a sentiment of anything by any means necessary. But I think until people truly realize what is at stake, not just for the things that they stand to lose on the outside, but they also stand to lose, and she kind of puts her hand on Alondra's heart, on the inside. I think that is when suddenly they realize that there is such a thing as a price that is too steep.
I just didn't think there was anything in here. I thought people just used each other. Transactional. steeled myself against that for so long, but coming here and meeting each of you, it's changed me. It's realized that I was so lonely before. I need to see this through, but I can't rely on weapons from betrayer gods or evil magic. I need my friends. I need you, Alcina.
Well, as I said then, I will say it again, that I will help you. I will be there for you. We will make sure that this Spider Queen does not accomplish what she wants. And we will do it together. And I'm sure your friends will be there to help as well. In fact, I am very certain that they will.
You know, it's pretty romantic and honestly kind of hot that you'd kill a god for me.
Well, I don't want to, toot my own horn, but I think I'm fairly capable of standing up to a lot of things if it means, slightly impressing you.
I'll hug her deeply and thank you. It means everything to me. You mean everything to me. I know I don't show it very often between my bravado, but I love you. I do.
You love me. Are you sure that's not just the cheese talking?
The cheese?
Yeah, cheese can, with wine can, ferment and go bad. It's weird. You kind of get this sense as she's going on about just this off the wall thing of complete subject change. You caught her off guard, legitimately. Well, I love you too. Didn't think we would be saying it so soon, but here we are.
She just looks deep in her eyes with just this vulnerability that Alondra rarely shows, and this moment that honestly Alcina probably rarely shows too, and just kind of bask in that moment together.
Can I ask a big ask of you?
Anything.
I worry about you with that sword. I have since you showed up with it. I have a vague understanding of what it is, and hearing you talk about it has worried me even more. And now this here tonight, that, and she just kind of gestures to the scorch mark on the floor. Can you not use it? I know that it's a big request, but I've seen how the one Odo uses his pride manipulate him and how sometimes he seems to give in to it. The thing with, at least with the betrayal weapons that I understand is the master doesn't truly wield them so much as they wield the master, and I don't want that for you.
Of course, I would do this for you. But when I go to the Feywild to face her, I will need it. It's the reason I sought it out. It's part of the way to get rid of the red mist once and for all. But for now, yes, of course, I'd give it up. I'd do anything for you.
Then a key for the time that it is needed, it will remain. And until then, I will do what I can to help you move this quest along.
And I want to help you too with whatever you need.
Well, that is can't say difficult, but that is a very extraordinarily different situation altogether. Even I'm still trying to make heads or tails of that. I don't. Oh, did we lose him?
Oh, yeah,
That's-
Jay's mic's not working.
Oh, are you back, Jay?
Is he back?
You may want to change it because Discord randomly changes my output settings.
Oh, weird. Nope.
Yeah, it'll change my settings to default, even though I didn't do it.
Yeah, mine does that from time to time.
It's so stupid. I don't know why.
The DM is died.
I just say I just feel so bad, like putting Ayla's like feelings like out like that. I just feel so bad. Like me as a player, I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm breaking
Right.
Ayla's heart.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, it's 1,000%.
There's a lot of broken hearts in the middle of war. I mean, it's hard.
Jay is not lighting up. Negative.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Jay. Sorry, Jay. We're not getting any like mic or any kind of thing coming through on our end.
Right.
Sorry.
No indication that it's actually popping up.
Can you hear us?
Unplug the mic, maybe?
I'm going to suggest a very IT thing.
Also, run as administrator. That happened to me a lot too.
Reboot your PC.
Yeah.
Unplug and replug the mic. Right.
It actually works. It happened to me one time. I had to restart my PC and then run as admin, and it worked.
For me, like I was having issues with my players. My voice was cutting in and out when I was getting like too intense in the roleplay, so I had to lower my input sensitivity, and that fixed the problem. No, that fixed my problem. But yeah, no.
Is your mic not attached to your headset?
It is, but apparently, like
Looks
the
like
input.
Discord is not taking any
to
input
my-
from your mic. Weird.
Second with J.
No, that doesn't say that your mic is dead. That's saying there's something wrong with your Discord, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, because we can see you, but we're not getting any audio from you.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh wow.
Hey.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. This is a camera mic. I heard you guys the whole time. The light on my mic is not on. The mic might have just straight up died. I heard you guys the whole time. I was full on talking, full on asking you guys questions, and everyone ignored me. I was like, these guys are bastards. I want to play too.
We would have just kept going. I mean,
that was awesome. That was an awesome. I was gonna say that was an awesome, vulnerable, touching scene. And yes, absolutely. Only thing that I will repeat myself here is that Alondra, yes, that feeling of realizing how poisonous this weapon that you hold is, and yet is the only weapon that can stop the rain. But yes, other than that, it was even better without me meddling. So perfect. How do I sound? Is it okay? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
We can hear you. It's not as good as your other mic, but at least we can hear you.
It's
Exactly.
definitely a webcam mic, but
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have that much time left, right? Like, you have like another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if that's alright with you guys here, without me fucking with this extra mic. Oh my god, we didn't even take a break, halftime break. I just realized. If that's alright with you guys, because I'm having some tech issues, is it okay we end a little 30 minutes earlier, and next time we go like 30 minutes extra? Would everyone be cool with that?
I'm down. We stopped like midway of something. Do we want to finish that out or?
Oh yes, that's totally fine. Once again, I was disconnecting a bunch, so I didn't hear the last few minutes of conversation there. That I apologize.
No
What
problem.
was the last thing you heard?
Last thing I heard was Alondra said she wasn't going to use the big scary weapon until she absolutely has to.
Gotcha. Yeah, Alcina was like cool with that, and then she said she would help Alcina, and Alcina was kind of like, well, that's a little difficult. I don't know, and she was kind of like getting into like a thing.
Yeah, and then I was about to say, well, it's okay. You don't have to tell me right now if you don't need to. I mean, just know whenever you're ready or whenever the time comes, I will. Okay?
I appreciate that. I do want to be a little honest with you. I'm not just an antiques dealer for.
Yes, you told us. You know, you work for the one dude, Ludinus, right?
Yeah.
We've talked about it.
I gave the information that triggered the attack on Osarius.
I mean, I'm not an idiot. I mean, you would had to tell them what you thought or what you had seen. I mean, just because you gave them the information doesn't mean you caused the attack. Just as Talion has to report everything to his superiors, right? Whatever they are. And I mean, I have to do it sometimes too.
Yeah.
Or is there more?
I'm a soldier in a way of the Empire.
Are you Wolfstrucker?
In a way,
In a way.
yeah.
The-
Not fully, but and she just kind of like trails off. That, yeah. Honesty.
Well, your secret's safe with me. And I mean, this war is kind of silly, I think, but I care about people. I care about all you guys. I just this war is going to complicate things, though. I think. I don't know.
Quite a bit. Quite a bit. How about we go back to bed?
Okay. But you could tell me anything, all right? I'm on your side. Now, she throws the silken spine against the wall. Hold to me, please.
The moment you touch it and go to throw it, a thought that feels innately both yours and placed into your mind, alien and other, comes to you. Lies. They lie to you still. What truth can you believe from someone who lies to you? Lies and deceit. It's always lies at the end. As you feel a unpleasant feeling in your gut as you flinch a little bit and then toss the blade away.
That's unpleasant.
But yeah,
Oh.
she'll once she like throws the sword and everything, she'll pick her up and carry her back to the bed. Come on, let's get back to bed.
And Alondra just revels being in her arms.
Excellent. Yep. Excellent. Yep.
Outside the window, Tikal is just watching them.
Fuck.
Bird. Excellent. Yeah. As you guys sort of return to sleep, Ayla, you have a trouble
Shoot
falling
that
asleep.
bird.
Ayla, you yourself have trouble falling asleep for different reasons entirely. Your mind is elsewhere. You clutch onto the necklace, thinking of your betrothed and what he might be going through right now. Try as you might, you have a hard time getting any sort of signals or symbols of his presence from that necklace. You spend most of the night thinking.
Yeah, I think she would pace. Like she would get the 4 hours that she would need, but it would be very not like fully restful sleep. And she would just pace throughout the house. She doesn't give a shit if she wakes people up. She doesn't care.
Yeah. Your mind elsewhere. Eventually, morning does come. And I will say, though, can I get a stealth roll from Talion on the way back as Ayla's sort of walking around the house? You might just notice that he's not around. Not that he was gone for long, but still. Ooh, 27 here on a passive perception of 24. Ayla, not that you were paying attention. Everyone's sleeping. Your thoughts are elsewhere. Talion, you spot her pacing throughout the house and easily return to your bedroom.
as I'm like about to go to bed, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm gonna make everyone a nice breakfast tomorrow.
Excellent. After all, you are a chef, so yes. Very good. The following morning, you guys will wake up to a delicious smell of wonderfully prepared breakfast here. As you guys meet down in the dining room, you see Italian has set out the tables already. You see wonderfully cooked and prepared foods here. Any particular food you got in mind here, Italian, or is it something sort of like traditionally from elsewhere, anywhere in the world?
Think traditional wrestling trim, Germanic breakfast of sausage, potatoes, grilled tomatoes.
Yeah, awesome. A wonderful breakfast awaits you all as you awaken. As you guys have your breakfast here and prepare for the day, we will be ending the session here for tonight, friends. I'll try to get these technical issues resolved. But yes, we'll be picking up here with Italian preparing breakfast for everyone and us talking about what the plan for today should be as we pick our new disguises and appearances and such. So, everyone, sorry about the technical issues. I have no fucking clue what's happened. I gotta go find out. I probably just gotta get a new headset, but that's okay. To you all, super jazzed to be rolling dice again. Are we all good for next week?
Yeah, I'm all good.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Oh, I say, after 3 weeks of waiting patiently, I'm happy to be back playing again.
Yeah, hell yes. Good times. Oh yeah, Rav, were you gonna say something or?
I was gonna say I wasn't patient, but
Same, bro. Same.
All right. Exciting stuff. We continue next time. Until then, thank you all so much for gaming. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones. And I will catch you all in a few days for some more D&D. Once again, sorry for a slightly shorter session, but tech issues and that bullshit. But we'll be okay. Until next time, good night to everyone.
Good night.
And everyone who knows, is it Thursday yet?
I gotta go watch that Umbra thing. I gotta go figure out what Daggerfall is about. But until then, peace out for me.
Later.
Later, bye.
Right.
Good night, everybody.
Night.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out for our Wildemount campaign. A lot of fun. We don't have very many people here, so I'm just going to end stream here. And hopefully you all have a lovely, lovely night.